against the number 2 player in the world right here at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club. Knight g6 check is also a possibility coming up. It's looking hard. It's looking rough.
Oh,
okay.
that's true. Knight g6 check. And if you take it, the h pawn takes, threatening mate. If you don't, the pawn comes to h6. It is tough.
It's tough. Shall we move on, Nick?
Yes, let's
okay.
see one of the games with some real action.
Okay, Izoria has showed up and against Master Jordi Montrenaud.
What is the time there in this game?
And this is, again, a very dramatic, good question, Nick. It's 2 minutes versus 12 minutes or 13 minutes. So, as you can see at home,
I love it.
Izoria was late. So the stronger player is giving a time odds here.
14-2. Sorry, 12 minutes 48 seconds against 2 minutes 13 seconds. Yeah, that's tough. That's worth at least a pawn. More like 2.
And Elliot Winslow versus Sam Shankland, the old veteran. Oh my gosh.
Well, folks, this one seems over. It's
Elliot,
exchange down.
Elliot's having a great time playing in this tournament, but Sam is going to have to, what they say, hang his face in order for Elliot to win this. This is...
Well, I think it's resignable at this point, an exchange and 4 pawns down.
He's only the exchange and 4 pawns down.
All right, well, I like your optimistic thought there, but... something went very wrong.
Mm-hmm. Here's Robert Hess playing Dalen Lee. Oh, I'm not sure I know. Robert Hess is a very strong Grandmaster. So, and what's going on here?
Well, this is much closer to even material. In fact, Black is 1 pawn ahead, isn't he?
I don't think so. No.
No, I'm sorry. It's even pawns. Well, that means, of course, that it's a bad position for the black side with the split pawns, the weak e-pawn, and there's a problem with that knight on b2.
This knight on b2 could be lost. It looks rough for Black.
Yeah. Somehow he can go pawn to a4. Oh, and we have...
No, we don't.
We have Mr. Winslow who came in. I guess he just gave up against Slam and Sam.
Elliot, can you sit down? Because we don't want to just look at your midsection. So pull up that chair or go away. Here's Elliot Winslow, who finally resigned an exchange down and 4 pawns against Sam Shankland. Hi, Elliot.
I saw how bad it was, but I played it anyway.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
All right. Let's see. Shall we run through some more games here?
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Carla versus Jan Hammer.
Now, look at that with Carla. She's got a rook to the 7th. Those black pawns are split up.
She's still a pawn ahead.
Okay, but it is Black's move, so he could capture our bishop takes f3, g takes, and then knight takes e5,
and the boring rook in there.
Yes, and the white pawns
bishop
are
e5, rook e5, rook c7, and what's going on? Let's take a look at that, folks, because we can actually move pieces, and we're going to do that for the first time. Oh, didn't play bishop f3. We played rook c8. Okay.
All right, but he's guarding his pawn, but he still has the threat to capture on f3 and capture on e5. Still, white is somewhat better, a little better.
That's great. That's great.
I think we might get one upset. We might get a draw on this board.
Okay, a draw would certainly be an upset. All right, Conrad Holt and Russell Wong. That game is not started, and so here is Eric Lee versus Chirilla. Eric Lee is a top-ranked 11-year-old in the country and is under a lot of pressure here, I think.
Yes, that light-squared bishop of Chirilla's is terribly powerful. Covers a lot of squares, has that beautiful d5 square.
It's time for white to go for broke here, but it might be hard to get the knight to f6, and even then, yeah.
Yes, white needs some play, some kind of counterplay. So maybe you're right. Go knight to g5, knight to e4. Play for checkmate. You have to hope for something.
It's the only thing left here. Okay, we're going to go to Steven Zirk versus Yan Yang on board 8. And this is just one of those typical hedgehog positions, right, where both players are behind the lines and hoping for the best.
Now, Steven Zirk is at 2 minutes 14 seconds. It looks like he's hardly used any time to get to this position.
Yeah, he showed up late, and now he's, that's his issue. He's got, we'll see though. He's by far the higher ranked player here at 2589 versus 2190. So all that counts. And finally, well, not finally, but on board 9, we have Mark Pinto versus two-time U.S. champion Patrick Wolf.
Well, this has gone a little wrong for Mark Pinto, losing his center pawn on d4. And I don't see a really possible attack there because the black pawns on f5 and d5 hold out the white pieces.
So you're saying he lost a pawn for nothing?
Yeah, yeah. So now you have to look for a swindle.
Knight e2, queen e5, bishop f4. There it is.
Okay, a swindle. Elliot just found a swindle. Knight e2, queen e5, bishop f4.
Why don't you move the pieces to show our view?
Knight e2. Oh, for some reason I can't play that. Do I have to refresh
Black's move, apparently.
Oh, it's black's move.
Unfortunately, they don't allow 2 moves.
Well, I guess it's still possible. I could play knight e2, queen e5,
Mate.
bishop f4, and wins the queen. And that's the combined experience here of maybe 75 years chess experience. We've come up with that, and that's it until we'll move to the next game here. Okay, we have a result on board 1. We're going to get up there.
Let's see what happened.
Result.
Oh.
It looks like it's about mate on the board here, folks.
But usually, well, yeah.
Almost.
King g8.
King g8 is forced.
It's going to get ugly.
And then
covering g8 anymore.
let's play it out for the sake of our readers. Queen h8, king f7, and now there's I see 2 mates in 1.
Well, all right.
And queen f8 and g8 and queen, and Fabiano Caruana wins his first game.
That was an effortless performance by Fabiano.
Right.
He
didn't have
made
to
it look like he was strolling in the park.
Stroll in the park for Fabiano, and that's our analysis of that game.
What's this? Looks like a king.
This is Isoria versus Montrenaud.
Another of those time advantages.
Yeah.
That Isoria is down to 1 minute 16 seconds.
And under some pressure here, maybe on the king side, if that can come through before he loses on the queen side. Typical King's Indian.
Okay, folks, we may
what
have
does
an
anybody
upset
do?
in the making.
Look at the tabs.
Yeah, the time situation is
The tabs have scores.
yeah. We're learning so much technologically here. It's fantastic. I'm watching. The tabs are automatically updating.
Can you update
They're automatically updating. So, well, this is still too early to call, but it looks to me like,
e1, bishop d7.
Black's in full retreat here. That's not usually a good sign.
It's only
Well,
temporary.
he's got some threats.
No, he
If can
does.
No, he
take-
actually doesn't. That's the problem.
Rook c7, maybe?
Or does he? Actually, yes, he does. He's threatening bishop takes rook, but also pawn takes pawn. Rook takes g3, queen check, king g2, queen h3 check. Cool.
Okay,
That
that's
would be
true.
crushing.
Okay, yes.
Elliot's pointed out the variation. Go ahead. Well, no, we have to show a move
Say
for
like
white.
rook to c7.
Let's say rook c7.
What's that?
Oh, another login has been detected. And that's showing up on our screen. Uh-oh, folks.
I can fix it.
Okay, we're here. We've had a little interruption, but Nick and I are still here, and Elliot Winslow, who lost the first...
Ignominiously.
He lost ignominiously, he says.
Well, we have our club players who played
Thank
the
you.
two top seeds, Elliot and Ezra. How is it to play against Fabiano?
He's just too fast.
Yeah.
Too fast, too good,
I think
too.
of Watson's story
Good, yeah. It's been
about
like
at the
5
US
seconds or
Open.
less on pretty much every move except for like a couple.
Amazing. So Ezra's saying he just Fabiano played too fast, and
I tried to keep up the pace, but it suffered
Maybe that's
the moves, the quality of the moves.
played. Yeah. Well, I watched Fabiano for the first time ever on the internet last night playing Rapid with Daniel Naroditsky, and they play very fast. They play bullet chess. And
Fabiano used to be not quite as good at rapid and blitz as he was in classical chess.
Yeah.
But he seems to be strengthening the
He's
quick
caught up.
play.
He's caught up.
Some sort of event last year made him think that maybe he should put a little more effort into his speed games.
Well, he's been doing that. I know you're talking about that guy from Norway,
Yeah,
right?
I'm all right.
Yeah, the guy from Norway.
Not the hammer guy, the other guy.
Yeah, not the hammer guy, but the other guy from Norway is known. And so Fabiano, all the players have to up their game, their rapid and blitz games
For
in
fear
order
that they'll make it to the World Championship and that they'll draw some games and then lose.
Yeah. So that's our advice to all players. You have to be good in all phases of the game now to have a hope to challenge for the
opening, the middle game, and
yeah, opening.
Let's have a rundown of what games are still going
Okay,
on. See-
Ismakov bot, and this is still, Ismakov is okay. It could,
what was that? They both pushed their H once at the same time. That was neat.
okay, all right. So that could go anyway, maybe. Izoria versus Montrenaud. We were just here.
Oh, but there's
Okay.
been changes. What's going on here?
Well, he
sacked the exchange.
Zorian knew he was under pressure and sacrificed the exchange, which was very clever. He has
He
a
has a
strong
good 34 seconds left.
pawn on
Izoria is
C6.
almost on the increment. I mean, he's going to have to be, but of course he's thinking on Geordie's time. So, those kind of things cut both ways.
How's he stopping C7? First things first.
Yeah, Queen C5 maybe, or
Then he
guarding
pushes it
H5.
But then Queen,
We pushes it, then Queen
or
takes
Bishop
C-
D5, and
yeah.
then think about it.
Yeah.
This is a good practical play, I think, probably for White.
Yes, White has a lot of practical chances if
If he survives.
it's not outright good for him.
Yeah.
But 34 seconds.
34 seconds.
Damn.
Okay, this is board 2, because
Two is over.
board 2 is over. Winslow Shankland, and we don't have
Self-impalement.
Yeah, tell me about
Yes.
Winslow Shankland ended up in a win for Shankland. Hess versus Balin.
White's
And Mark Pinto just
Oh my
entered
gosh,
the room.
what's happened here?
What's up with peace?
White's up a piece. Yeah, we
That'll
predicted
nail it.
that this was going to happen. This game must be.
You predicted White was going to be up a piece. That's
well,
impressive.
we did actually. White was.
Oh,
White was sort of trapping the knight at b2 way back when, and that's what it looked like. What happened? Not really sure why this is going on. This is the end of Carla Heradia versus.
Let's see this against the hammer.
Okay, so Nick wants to go back here, and we'll go way back.
Because
and
this we thought could have been an upset. Carla
let's
had
run it through, Nick. Just tell me when to stop.
Okay, it's still fine for the.
We thought
This
Carla.
is what we
We
saw.
thought Carla was doing fine here,
oh, look at this.
but we're looking at your game.
Well, it seemed like you had a good game, Carla, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if Rook D2 was.
An interesting thing has happened. It's sort of a one-minded strategy
Well, you were
by
grabbing
the black pieces, while White's grabbing pawns. This A pawn of blacks is, and we're not using computer analysis, but this is extremely dangerous. Rook D7 check. Any thoughts, Nick? Avoiding King D8, Rook E8, mate.
yes, and now the game is over. It was somehow the knight made too many moves to grab the pawns on the
Well,
king's
I
side.
think I can play instead of go back.
Carla, would you like to sit down in here just for a second and explain what went wrong, what might have gone wrong?
I think I'm better, right?
This is woman Grandmaster Carla Heredia
Hi everyone, thanks for watching.
from Ecuador.
I think,
Ecuador.
yeah,
And she has lost her first game to Jean Ludwig Hammer.
I mean here is, he only cares about the 8 pawn, right?
Right.
So I don't know if here, maybe E6.
E6.
Yes, I think it's a mistake to take the H7
I like
pawn.
that move.
Yeah, I see it now because E6, pawn takes, rook takes, I get up tempo in the bishop, and then all of a sudden, who is first in the 7th rank? If he moves bishop, I don't know.
That looks dangerous. It activates your rook as well. Yeah,
I mean, if I get again the 7th rank with a knight, at least I will have a draw, right? At least.
How about E6, King E7? I'm just throwing that
King
out.
E7.
Just as a
If I
funny
take,
looking move.
You're right. Maybe.
Flex past 8 pawn is
E6.
really annoying.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyway, just throwing
Yeah,
that out.
I think this is a very unclear game. You played very well.
Yeah,
It's,
congratulations. This is an incredible field. I would be so honored to be playing in this chess tournament. In fact, I wanted to play, and
so
then
you
I
didn't
was
play?
shanghaied off the streets of San Francisco to provide the commentary. Otherwise, I would love to have played in this and given everybody a good lesson, but it was not
Yeah,
too good.
I always play it's okay. Then is the problem after film. So, did you have any surprises?
Let's see. Well, this was a surprise. It looks like Conrad Holt did not show up for his first game
Okay.
versus Russell Wong. Chirilla has won his first game, and this was the final position against very strong up-and-coming Eric Lee. Stephen, go ahead.
In a few years, Eric Lee will be a terror. But
Yeah.
right now, he's overmatched.
He was a little overmatched. Steven Zierk is playing. I'm not sure what's going on here. It says 0-0. I guess Jan is on the increments, probably. Knight F7 mate is threatened.
Yeah, isn't White winning? Because
Yes.
also Knight B7 or Queen B7.
And the piece is hanging at B7.
So he
So this-
seemed to have run out of time as a way of resigning.
Okay, this game is over. And Mark Pinto was playing Patrick Wolf, and this looks like it might have been the final position where White lost on time
What about?
in a poor position.
Down a pawn as well.
I'm not sure. Can he play bishop takes e4, pawn takes e4? There's going to be
Bishop takes knight, queen pawn takes.
Oh, I'm sorry. The rook's on e1, not d1. That's
There's no piece hanging on
H4 is
d6.
hanging.
yeah. He'd have to play g3 and play a pawn down.
A pawn down in a horrible position. Yeah. Okay, so Patrick Wolf kind of got a bit of an easy point, and Arthur Ismakov was not strong enough to last against Vinay Bhat. I'm not sure what exactly happened. Exchange sacrifice here on G5,
Probably the best chance.
and then White is trying to get an attack going. Threatens mate, defends mate. And then a flurry of exchanges. I mean, it looks to me like White has chances here to hold.
Yes, he's the exchange down for a pawn.
The problem is
some
White's
chances.
already on the increments here. Well, Black is close to the increment too. So it's a sort of a question of,
Now, does it say 0-1 for a result? Yes.
yeah. So Vinay Bhat, Grandmaster Vinay Bhat has won his game. And we're just showing you the final position. And that's it. White's about to lose a piece or the exchange and then a piece or something.
Well, it seems the favorites took this round just about every game.
All right, the round's over. And
He's already won, all right.
Mark Do you have anything to say about your loss to Grandmaster Patrick Wolf?
I impaled myself. It was fun though.
He's impaled himself. This is FIDE Master Mark Pinto. You're live in front of a massive audience of chess
Hi, everybody.
players and people who
Wish you were here.
who are just interested in the Mechanics Institute Chess Club. Do you have any? You've played here for a long time. You have a long history here at the club. Tell us anything about the Mechanics Institute Chess Club that jumps out at you, or this event,
Well,
or
certainly
anything.
the oldest chess club in the United States. Very rich in tradition. Every world champion, with the exception of Kasparov and the current world champion, have been here.
Kasparov and Carlsen have not played here,
They have not played here, that's correct.
and neither has Anand, I think.
That's true as well.
So Karpov was sort of the last champion to come to the club.
That's right.
And we're calling out Carlsen, actually. Come down and play. We've had Capablanca here. We've had Tal here. Where, you know, come and visit the country's oldest chess club. It's an amazing.
I open our arms to anyone who wants to come to the Bay Area. Stop in. We treat you right.
He's here.
Fantastic invitation. Mark Pinto, trustee at the Mechanics Institute Chess Club,
I'll set up the
has been involved in bringing Mikhail Tal here to the Mechanics Institute to play chess. Nick, come into the Firmian. You can come into the screen.
Well, I'll be on the side here. You get a nice view of you two there.
Three-time U.S. champion.
But
We're giving you a view into a chess club, the oldest chess club in the United States. Everybody here can see games,
That's great.
the office, the.
I believe we have 3 former U.S. champions in the building right now.
3 U.S. champions in the building.
former, yes, we have one that's former by 1 month.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so who are
Sam
we talking
Shankland.
about?
Oh, yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Shankland,
Caruana was never.
Nick and Patrick.
Nick DeFermian, and Patrick Wolf.
Was Caruana ever a U.S. champion?
Caruana, did he not win the U.S.
I have a
championship?
feeling he did.
I think he did, so we have 4. I take it.
Okay,
Well, we think of him as the challenger to the world
Okay.
champions.
Exactly.
right, all right. So four U.S. champions. This is really a privilege to be here and at this event, a historic event, amazing historic event.
Because we used to have some great tournaments in the 1990s.
Yes.
Korchnoi and Hubner and Zizun and Tal and these people. And then, well, we've had a bit of a hiatus, but now the club is coming back.
Yes, indeed it is.
Yeah.
We're pretty pumped up about the way things are going, and it's hard to compete with St. Louis sometimes, but we do
I
our
think
best.
we're sort of a different thing than St. Louis. I mean, they have the Chess World Hall of Fame, and have very deep pockets for chess only. We are a library. This is a library and cultural institution downtown San Francisco. Chess is big here, but it's not. We're not completely dedicated to chess.
Exactly. This is the original University of California. This was founded to train the miners and the engineers from the gold rush.
Come move a little closer.
And
Mark Pinto.
originally, the president of the board of the mechanics was on the board of regents for the state of California university system. And that changed in 1972. Caspar Weinberger was on the board, and he changed that because we were a little bit too liberal for his taste.
Okay, I love this history. This is what we're all about here, folks.
There's a very rich history here. Mark Twain was a member.
Mark Twain,
Gertrude Stein, Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple. This isn't,
there's a lot-
Mechanics Institute.
A
Just
lot of interesting stuff. We used to sponsor the World's Fair back in the day before it was called the World's Fair. It was called the Exhibition, San Francisco Exhibition, based on science and engineering. It was very popular back in the turn of the century, and I invite everybody to come out and look at the history and come in and check it out.
We had Labordine was the first world-class player, I think, to play here at the club.
Well, they had the French consul here.
Saint-Amant.
Yes, Saint-Amand
Okay.
in the 1870s. About.
So this is I've always been a focal point for world chess. It may lie dormant for a couple of years or something, but we have reappeared always, bringing world-class players to this club.
And in addition, we're kind of a cultural institution for literature and the arts. So
We had Joyce Carol Oates here
yeah, we try to
recently.
keep well-rounded. It's kind of an interesting place, and
Yeah,
one of the big secrets of San Francisco.
nobody knows about the Mechanics Institute.
There's a bar downstairs called Dada, which is an artist bar, and I asked the bartender, "Do you know anything about the Mechanics Institute?" He goes, "Never heard of it."
That's a great story. He works at the Mechanics Institute and he's never heard of it.
Yeah, well, he's a bartender downstairs. He's busy.
That's hilarious. I'm a bit speechless. Okay, so go on. Go tell us a little bit more.
It's San Francisco's best kept secret, and it's used for research by a lot of the business community, and it's a good reference library. We have a tremendous collection of books, both current and very rare books that
Rare books.
on premises.
We also have the largest chess book collection west of the Mississippi. That's accessible to the public.
It's accurate, yes.
Right. So I joined this club in 1972 when I was a kid. It's been a part of my life since I as a chess player. And 1972 was when Fischer and Spassky played, and that's when I got interested in chess and when I joined the Mechanics Institute.
And so tell us what you're seeing there of the club. It's where the players are playing. Now,
all right, the players have sat down to play, but we haven't. I'm not
bye,
sure.
everybody.
Good luck.
Okay, bye, Mark. Thank you. So, do we need to refresh?
So Juan is going to help you pull up the next 10 games. He just has to start the feed. The DGT hasn't been fit yet, so he'll help when he comes back.
Can I say hi to a friend?
Okay, Carla. Carla's come and say hi to a friend.
Hi, I want to say hi to my friends in Ecuador. A few friends are watching. I don't know if I will play a game with a Grandmaster, but I hope so.
You are a Grandmaster.
Yeah, but okay, with the elite player. So I want to say a big hug to my friend Gustavo, who is watching, and all the people in Ecuador, and also my students from the US that might be watching. Thank you for your support, guys.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
We have visitors from all over the world coming here to this club.
should we read some of the comments here?
Go ahead, Nick. It's a little far away from me.
Someone says, I want to see Hammer Caruana. Fabi needs to know there are 2 Norwegians who can beat him in rapid.
Wow.
Well, that's, quite a
Them are
statement.
fighting words.
Yeah.
Any other comments? But yeah, we're responding to all of that.
Well, someone has just said, yay, Carla.
Carla.
Play the Grog. Yay, Gustavo. Okay.
Gustavo. The second round is about to begin.
The applause.
We hear applause in the other room, but we don't know what was said. That's okay. We'll just keep talking. If you want to replay the games, you can go to chess.com. And no. Yeah, I have to ask the tournament director.
So
I feel so honored to be here. It's commenting on what do I do?
okay. We're going to give
Okay.
up our seats for Aaron and Juan.
Technical support is coming.
All right, we're here. And then I got to go play. I'm just going to show you real fast. So you want to go here and just click these these games. Make sure that you have the correct names for the players. And then that way all 10 of the current games are on the right. And that's it. I'll lose my game really fast. So I can come back and help.
No. Give him.
Okay, so here
Okay.
we have Caruana, Shankland, right?
Check. We're loading the games up, folks, and that's what we're doing. And so we're going to be able to provide you with Grandmaster commentary from Nick de Firmian, and
We got that. Just like So basically,
Oh, the second
Patrick.
round is underway.
Second round is underway.
we have Patrick and Ina. We have 10 of them.
You could scroll down.
Yeah.
And scroll.
We have 2,
You tell me. I don't know.
6, 8, 2 more. We're missing Sterman.
Is Stearman playing? I don't think Stearman is here. Well, he might be, but he's playing on a lower board. Yeah. You tell me, because I don't know.
Yes.
Are these the round 2 pairings right here?
No, not yet.
Where are they? Okay. Yeah, let's print out the standings and the pairings. I guess we should have a copy of the standings and pairings.
Board broadcast. What can I do out there?
What?
The broadcast of the boards out on the TV.
Is not up there.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
What, the board?
And we still,
What would they do?
let's get us set up here.
Okay.
As, yeah, go ahead.
I think we have to cast it. Let me see. Oh, Aaron. He's playing. Aaron.
Yeah.
In between the next round.
He said he would lose his game quickly to come help.
He probably really said that after this.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Also,
Okay,
next
so-
time we print out pairings and stuff, print out something.
All right, Juan, can you
Yeah.
help us a moment?
Are we done?
So, yeah, so just go back to like.
Can you get rid of those? Oh, we start
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
just use the
All
other
right.
ones. I don't have
And the other ones stay there. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Juan Zendejas.
Okay, Juan,
Technical
thanks.
manager.
Yeah. All right, so now we know the pairings.
I'll bring one out here.
We now
I'll bring you one.
Okay, no problem. Now we know the pair and the standings. So we have Kostya Kavutsky versus Fabiano Caruana on, and this time Fabiano is playing this sort of a King's Indian or Old Indian. Thank you. There you go, Nick.
Okay, first board.
What?
I'm like video bombing you guys.
Yeah. Okay, we have.
Here is our chess director, Abel
Pull up on-
Talamantez, who set up this event.
Yeah.
It's so busy in there. Just big crowds.
This is the man behind this event, Mechanics Institute Chess Room Director Abel Talamantez, who has set this chess room on fire since his beginning of his tenure here. All sorts of things are happening, from online registration, which we have now, to this incredible event with the strongest event ever held at the Mechanics Institute, and maybe the strongest event ever held in San Francisco. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
I just thought of
That'd be
that.
awesome if that were right.
So the history is being made here, and as we're watching Caruana, go ahead, Abel. tell us.
No. I just want to say, it's definitely a team effort. I mean, we have so many people kind of working to make this possible. With you, with the commentary and the continued support. We have Juan Zendejas, the engineer, the man that makes this all happen with the board, setting everything up. Get in here, so that everybody can see.
This is Juan
Right here.
Zendejas, everybody.
We got Nick the Firmian. He was giving the commentary. He's analyzing everything. We actually have our own Grandmaster here. It's truly a team effort. We have Judit Sztaray here, helping TD, and it's just amazing. It's never just one person, and things have been going very well.
Well, I mean, I've been working at the I've been a member of the club since 1972, and been working at the club for the last 7 years. And this is just incredible what's going on in the last 6 months, or I'm not sure exactly how long have you been here.
6 months. Time flies. But we're having fun here. So
we're having fun,
and just the energy inside the room is just amazing. I don't know if the people that are kind of following this can see it, but you feel it when you're in there. It's just amazing. Yeah.
It's an amazing chess club, and it's amazing for me to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So
outstanding. I gotta get back in the room. I'll let you guys get to the games.
TD and club director Abel. That was Abel Talamantez. Thank you, Abel. back here with Nick Firmian.
Okay,
and
Paul, let's get back to the games. Let's see Fabiano. He's playing a King's Indian. He's playing aggressively.
And I'm going to refresh this just to make sure that it's, okay.
And
Caruana is black.
He's black, so he's not worried about losing the pawn on f4 if it's opening the diagonal of the dark sword bishop.
Definitely not.
But okay, then he's wants to get play on the queen side. White, on the other hand, well, he's still got some space. It's hard to get a king side attack, though.
We're gonna get a little close up of Fabiano playing there. And he's playing Kavutsky. Now, who is Kostya Kavutsky? And what is his? He's an international master?
International master rated 2480. So, okay, it stepped up. Usually, that's really quite a player. But when you're playing someone almost 2900, Fabiano is 2891. Is that his rapid rating or is?
I think these were using USCF ratings for pairing purposes and so forth. I think regular USCF rating, and that's to sort of better accurately reflect the strengths of the players and everything else like that. So there might be an exception here or there, but those are the ratings we're using. And somebody says this is really cool, and yeah. And we're not using an engine. We don't need an engine here. We have Grandmaster Nick Firmian, and
well, so we won't give you any 20 move variations, but you'll see the play unfold, and we'll be able to see if there's a big swing in something.
Shall we go on to the second board and
let's see what's happening with the field here.
All right.
Let's see Sam slamming Sam.
Sam Shankland is White versus Danny
Wrench. Okay, I have to insult some of Danny's moves.
Okay. Well, then play it over from the beginning. Here, Nick, you have the mouse. Go ahead.
Okay.
You have the mouse. Go ahead. Play it over. Just click on this right here. Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
Okay.
One move at a time. Yeah. Go ahead. Right here, you can do it on the arrow.
Danny plays a Queen's Indian. Okay, I can't blame him too much. But why not the Benoni?
He's not playing the Benoni.
Yeah, that's your big mistake, Danny. Sorry. Next time you'll know. Okay. So Sam just plays classical chess and b3. Okay, not terribly incisive, but he just gets a position, and then there Sam jumps in the center with knight e5, and you don't want to take it, but knight f8. And what goes wrong here? Knight e2. Oh, that knight gets to c6.
You like that for White, huh?
Yes. Danny, you let the knight get to c6. You know, that knight is a troublemaker. He probably just got out of jail.
All right. Queen d7 was played, Queen c2, knight e4, and now the knight went back to e5. And so this is the situation we are on Sam Shankland versus Daniel Wrench.
Okay, well, very good, Danny. You haven't lost anything against Sam yet.
Not yet.
That's already an accomplishment.
Okay. This is Kisav Viswananda versus Georg Meyer. This is an international master. Kisav versus Grandmaster George Meyer.
Kisav is a young player from the Bay Area, rated 2457, but George Meyer, a very strong grandmaster.
What's going on the board here?
Okay. It's
boring.
Materials even. Just one little isolated pawn for Kisav. And okay, he's the white side, and he's a little worse because of that strong knight on d5.
Okay, let's move on. Kyron Griffith has shown up, and he's playing Izoria. I'll just say Kyron Griffith is a 2450 plus FIDE master with one IM norm. He's moved to San Francisco. He's kind of scaring people around here at the club. But International Master Elliot Winslow managed to deliver to give him his first defeat the other Tuesday night, and 2 weeks ago. And it's but Kyron Griffith seems to be a player to be reckoned with.
Yes, although this tournament, it's very easy to get your second defeat in the club. So
yeah, I think so. Truer words were never spoken. And he's playing an extremely strong Grandmaster.
Well, I'd say already a bit of trouble for Kyron because Black has seized the center, and White has that knight on h4.
Okay.
Knight on the rim, it's
Grim.
Knight on the rim is grim.
Is that the same?
Okay, we have Abel, Mechanics Institute chess room director Abel Talamantez back again.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the kids that are playing because, we have a couple of young players that are masters.
And they're up past their bedtime.
Yeah, way past their bedtime. So we have Rui Yan, I believe she's like 11 and she's 2200, and Eric Lee. Jaden Zhu, he's the strong 1700 player, and kind of one of the things that we get the development of these kid players through scholastic programs, and here at Mechanics, we're supporting Scholastic Chess, trying to grow some initiatives. We get a lot of great help in kind of raising money for these programs. Our development director Jessica Neves doing a fantastic job raising money for us, and through the support that we get, we can provide programs in schools and try to develop the next future Caruana, Shankland, that type of player.
Yeah.
So I just want to give that shout out to the kids and for Scholastic programs. And if you're out there and you would like to support Scholastic Chess here at Mechanics, send us an email.
Join our community.
Yeah.
Chessclub.org.
There you go.
Chessclub.org. Thanks, Abel. Yeah, we're more than just a brick and mortar chess club. We're becoming a virtual chess club. And we're also, our reach extends into the community in all sorts of ways. Scholastic Chess being one of them right now, being pushed as for good reason. Sam Shankland came out of this club, and we're continuing the tradition here. Go on, Nick.
Okay, one rundown. See some things that...
A Hammer versus Coleman.
Back to the Norwegian
Teddy
Hammer.
Coleman, yeah. Back to the Norwegian Hammer. Teddy Coleman.
Okay, so Teddy is an IM rated 2419. He's got a D5 square. That's good. The Hammer,
and
though,
that and 15 cents will get you a cup of coffee?
Well, it's better than nothing. Okay, the Hammer, he wants to jump in with his pieces.
Anything could happen here, right?
Well, the
White's
looking to attack if he can build up with all the rooks, and doesn't want to trade things too quickly. So he doesn't want to jump in 95 because that might just get taken.
Right.
But okay, no action yet. Let's move
Let's
on.
move on to Stearman. One of our stronger young players is playing Donchenko on, who's here with I'm reaching over here to get some of the players are here because of the Pro Chess League finals. Everybody, this Saturday and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
At the Folsom Street Foundry.
At the Folsom Street Foundry. We're mentioning it now for the first time. And some of the players are playing like Donchenko, who plays for the Baden-Baden Snowballs. And George Meyer, who's also plays for the Snowballs. And in fact, their whole team is playing in this rapid event. And
what are the four teams there, Paul, that are in the... We're having the semifinals on Saturday and the finals on Sunday.
The four teams are the Snowballs,
Baden-Baden Snowballs,
the Chengdu Pandas with Li Chao, Wang Yui, Zhao Zhan, and Zhang Di, and the St. Louis Archbishops, headed by Fabiano Caruana, world number 2, Fabiano Caruana, Benjamin Bach, Nicolas Teodoru, and Julian Prolico. And I don't think those 3 are playing. And finally, we have the Armenia Eagles with Zavan Andreasian, Haik Manchiosian, Shant Sargassian, and Anna Sargassian. And none of them are playing in our tournament today.
Well, they had the longest travel to get here from Armenia to San Francisco. That's almost halfway around the world. So
okay, yeah. Let's see. Patrick Wolf is playing Andy Lee.
That's another interclub matchup. So we have to comment on that.
All right. Well, Patrick Wolf, 2-time U.S. champion, or 2-time U.S. champion, is playing a local FIDE master named Andy Lee, who's played in the Pro Chess League and would like to make his mark here, I'm sure. He must have won his first game, although he wasn't in one of the top 10 boards, and now he's playing Patrick Wolf.
Okay, that position's opening up. There's the B3 bishop, Ein F7, but Andy Lee has the bishop on A7 that's earning the F2 pawn in case of pawn takes E5, knight to G4 would get a big attack on the F2 pawn.
Okay. On board, I guess this is board 10 now. We have Women International Master Ina Agrast from Germany. Is she German?
Ina Agrast is from Sweden.
Oh, she's from Sweden. I'm sorry.
And but playing for the German team from Baden.
That's where I made my mistake. I knew Baden-Baden was in Germany.
And she's a fine young player.
And she's playing Steven Zirk, a strong grandmaster. That here in the United States, I don't know much about Steven. And what about this position, Nick?
Well, material is, let me count the pawns. I always start off counting material because you never know.
Anything that Grandmaster Nick Firmian says, I take as something to be listened to very carefully.
Okay, and as I count, Black has one more pawn, so that's
Black's a pawn ahead.
On the other hand, White has the C file. The bishop on D6 looks pretty good. Looks to me chances for both sides here.
Okay, all right. White has 2 bishops. Okay, let's move on. Back up to board 1. Kostya Kavutsky versus Fabiano Caruana. What do you say, Nick?
Now, here I'm counting the pawns again, and it doesn't look good for Kavutsky.
He's lost a pawn.
Well, I think he's lost
two pawns.
And 2 pawns against Fabiano.
How does this happen before move 30? I mean...
look at that, pawn to D4.
I think pawn to E4 is coming.
Is going to follow up, so those black pawns are marching down the board.
And Fabiano is playing very quickly, too. He's just, it's like Ezra said when he couldn't keep up.
Oh, it's effortless from Fabiano.
Yeah, this is a player who's in great form, who plays in elite tournaments. And he's playing a couple 2,300, 2,400 players. This is just...
Oh, well, this now is just going to be some gruesome finish coming
Rook C2?
Yeah, all the black pieces are just...
I called one of Fabiano's moves.
Well, folks,
wow,
you have a chance to do that too.
That's it. Rook C2.
Oh, now someone has said poor Danny can resign.
Okay,
let's look at
we may not have Danny's. Oh, we do have Danny's
Danny
game
against Slam and Sam.
Okay.
Well, okay, the knight back on C6.
Let's take a look what happened, Nick.
Danny lost his light squares. He lost his D6.
I'll run through the games
pawn.
through moves quickly. So this happens.
Those white pawns on the
Oh, so after
side.
knight E5, I want to go back here. After knight E5, black took. played knight g6. That threatens bishop e4.
I mean, push the knight away.
Push the knight away.
Pawn to f4. What strong white pawns on the king side? Just
Nick
the
is
wall.
liking the white side, and
now here Danny has to do. Oh, knight f8 is just a losing move.
knight f8 is so passive. Oh,
You have to try to do something. Get desperate. c5 or something. Be active.
c5 runs into knight f5, bishop e4. If black plays c5, knight f5.
Queen to e6.
Then maybe you lose the exchange. Bishop e4 and knight d6.
That's true. That's
What do you
maybe
say?
there's no good way out there.
Yeah, it just had no possibility. So this happens. He played knight f8, and then knight c6, queen e6, bishop a3. White's just putting pressure on all quadrants of the board.
And look at the next move. Oh, bam! Rook takes d5.
And that's after black has sort of weakened the king side with f6. Makes this even stronger.
So it's still
queen d5, bishop e4.
An exchange sacrifice. And we have a result that Fabiano has won. But
Fabiano won his game. We'll take a look at that in a minute. This looks bad for black. There must be any number of ways.
We're getting some comments. Danny lost all the squares. But then said, Danny won the Denver World Open, and that's all that matters. Danny is a legend. He will swindle this easily. The first part I can't argue with, but swindling this one, not so easy.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to George Meyer versus this game again. It's
well, that isolated D pawn has dropped, so now George Meyer has an extra pawn,
and also a time advantage. This is where experience and and everything else. Looks like knight f4 is a threat. Black's threatening maybe knight f4 here. Oh no, I'm sorry. The wrong rook at b3. Okay. I mean,
yeah, terrible position for white.
Okay, bad. We're predicting a win for black on that. And here's Griffith versus Isorio. Oh, well. White is...
Okay, unbalanced position. Queen against two rooks.
Queen against two rooks.
5, 2, 4, 6. So queen and pawn against two rooks. Materially, it's even. But the queen has squares, d3 and such, so much easier to play the black position. Okay,
I agree with that. I mean, I guess the horror for black would be if white got a pass a pawn or something, but that seems a ways away.
Still chances for white, but not easy
Kyron
to play.
Griffith is putting up a fight. Okay. John Ludwig Hammer, white versus Coleman.
Oh my!
And this is the situation we're getting.
Coleman has a solid position.
A little bit of king side, knight g5 and knight e6, and
we will look for sacrifices. That's true. Something like knight g5 and rook takes e6. Yes, or knight e6. But
it's unclear.
To break through, the hammer will have to sacrifice. So we will get back to this game.
Let's get back in Stearman versus Donchenko. Well, this game is moving quickly, and Stearman is down a pawn, but he has some pressure on the king side, maybe.
Josiah Stearman is a young player and that plays our tournaments a lot. A very talented young man of 2387.
This threatens rook d1 check, folks, back home, giving white no chance to play knight f7.
Oh, see, in our club, Josiah is famous for swindling people. He's always lucky. He always seems
he's
to be lucky.
He's a good player, but he's a lucky good player.
But against Donchenko, it's going to be hard to be lucky.
Hosea's down to 1 minute and 45. Does he have to play rook c1 here?
Rook c1 or king to g2. I guess I'd try to keep my rook active.
And black's going to play rook d2. in any case.
It's just hard.
It's looking a little tough.
Yeah, so he's down at least a pawn, low on time.
This threat of rook d1 is what's making and not giving white a chance to sort of consolidate.
And attack.
Let's just run up quickly to Kavutsky, Caruana, and the final position. So he just resigned after rook c2.
Well, that's merciful.
Yeah, merciful end.
Okay, Sam Shankland, Danny Wrench. We have to.
Okay, back to Shankland Wrench.
Okay, Danny made it to a queen ending. Down a few pawns, but no, who's counting?
Who's counting the pawns here? Something has happened here with our time thing. I may have to refresh the board to see if the clocks are ticking down. No. Are they ticking down over there? How come this happens, Technical Support Division? Why does, Aaron, do you know why the board sometimes just freezes here and there? And
you may just have to refresh whenever you know.
And I can do that without any worries.
Just click the refresh up at
Go
the top
all the
button.
way up to the top and refresh. Although it looked like it was sort of refreshing itself. And now, and now I'm back here.
Yep, now you're good.
Okay.
And what are the times now? Okay, 3:14 against 2:43. Look at that. Look at that. Danny's still in the game. Maybe he'll get a perpetual
You
check.
sound amazed, Nick. You sound amazed.
Well, look, it's tough against Slam and Sam. So
We're joined again. Shall I transition? I'm going to transition from here where I am to the just transition. So, yeah.
okay,
We're seeing the whole ball of wax chess room.
Okay,
The whole ball of wax chess room.
So which view do we have? We have the chess room there, and we can.
This is it. This is what we're looking at. What the viewers are looking at is what we're looking at. We're joined by Mr. Mark Pinto. Here again. How did your game go, Mark?
I lost.
Mark lost his second game. We don't have the game up here, but who did you lose to?
You know, to be honest with you, I just played and I didn't play very well.
Mark played and he didn't play.
Interesting game, but
Okay.
too speculative.
All right. Well, that's okay. So Sam is applying the full pressure here to Daniel Wrench. It seems to me that White's gonna just queen a pawn eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Black is lost, but
Black is.
we kind of expected that to happen, but it doesn't mean he's not going to swindle.
Oh, is there swindling possibilities
Well,
here?
you've got a queen, you always have a chance at perpetual
Actually, yeah.
check.
Okay.
So just keep playing, keep hoping, cross your fingers. That's what you can do.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take that advice. Okay. Let's roll back down to. Let's see. That was the last round. What about this? That was the last round. So are we here? Griffith versus Izoria.
Okay, that was the queen against two rooks game.
Queen against two rooks. This is looking better and better for the queen, maybe.
Queen b4 attacking the rook on e1. If you double those rooks on the d line, the knight comes to c3.
There's a lot of tricks, and I have a feeling they're going to be mostly in Black's favor.
Yes.
I could be wrong. We just transitioned from the other one to the other
okay.
one.
I was like, oh, you could watch Danny.
All right.
Oh,
let's,
okay.
Let's see Danny.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nick wants to watch Danny. That's great. Okay.
All right, Danny, this is your moment to shine. Show us how to draw against a champion a few pawns down.
Okay. I'm not sure that you believe that that's going to happen.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe he has his mojo. Then.
All right. You can't accuse us of not having a sense of humor.
I'm dead serious. Please.
Okay. All right. Let's jump back all the way to the top, can we? Or whatever the top is. I'm losing a little bit of what is the top.
Okay, these are the second round games up here.
Stearman versus Donchenko.
Okay, hoping for a perpetual.
Stearman is white and is down to the almost down to the increment. Does he have a draw?
I think the king can go to, yes, G8, knight F8. Knight F8 holds everything, no checks. So this one is
This
over.
looks like it's over. And if Stearman has not made the increment, then it's probably resignable anyway here.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on to Wolf and Lee.
Put
This-
the one in the trash heap.
This game has really gone a long way. Wolf is pressing again with space, but Lee is hanging on.
So one extra pawn for the white side.
The threat is bishop f6, I would say here.
Yeah, it's hard for black to move right there.
Oh,
But look at this time, 45 seconds against 28.
this is going down to the wire, folks, in terms of time.
It should be winning for
Both
the
players, and a lot of moves have just come out really quickly.
Oh, that knight's threatening to come to f6, followed by the rook invasion.
Black's move here, folks.
Probably needs to go bishop 2.
More moves have been played.
Uh-oh.
Very quickly.
Now a rook ending, which
A rook ending.
endings are never that easy. And pawns are even? My God, this is...
Black's made progress. But Black has made progress.
20 seconds against 32 seconds.
Yeah, and in the background we have my friend Mike Barry. And he's watching, and Mike Barry knows how the pieces move. Yeah, this is great. We have a great club here with people watching and on live TV. It's amazing. All right, let's keep going. This game is... What do you think? White's made some progress here suddenly.
Yeah, he should not have moved that
Patrick's
C
down in
pawn.
time, too. It's lower on time.
He's lower in time, but he's made progress. He's made progress in the game.
Oh, 10
A
seconds.
lot of progress.
Oh, wow.
Now
A
he's
lot of progress.
now he's winning on time.
Andy Lee is in trouble. Andy Lee is about to lose on time. He possibly has lost on time. More moves have been played. Wow, a lot. We're just kind of following it in a bit of a daze here, but that's okay. I like, you can see some progression.
Okay, so
Even more moves have shown up.
well, I love when it jumps ahead by 6 moves.
Yeah, then
You
we
get a
don't have to
different-
think very hard. But this is a rapid tournament, and there are going to be a lot of games like this.
I predicted all that.
White's
Well done.
well done, Andy Lee. Andy Lee's really holding on to this game. He
Well,
looked lost
yeah.
a little while ago, and now I'm not so sure.
He's in big trouble, but
He's in big trouble, yeah.
okay, he's got his H pawn.
Amazing. And he's doing it with being down on the clock and running out of time except for the increments. Probably having to find only moves. King G7, Rook H4, G5. What's happened here?
Well, this is now unclear.
We're just watching it unfold, folks, like a bad dream
Rook C1.
for somebody.
Push the G pawn. This position looks winning for black. If you just get that pawn to G3, you could even lose a rook.
Amazing. I have a feeling we're going to see another flurry of moves.
Oh, now
my
winning for black.
Gosh. Unbelievable.
But he could lose on time.
Well, I think Andy Lee knows. Okay. A big upset here with Andy Lee on his way to checkmating Grandmaster Patrick Wolf, in which he's in fact done.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations, Andy Lee. And Andy Lee, I think he's just more in form. He plays chess more often, and I think despite raising a family right now, this counts for a lot when you're in form and playing a lot.
And he's got a baby on the way, too.
And he's got another baby on the way. Wow. Wow, Patrick Wolf is not finding it easy. He won his first game, but has lost his second. Let's move on here.
What other results did we get?
Stearman lost. Okay, Stearman lost. We expected that. Steven Zierk has
18
won his
Agrest.
game versus Anna Agrest. I'm not sure if it was from this position, unless White lost on time. And that's what Are these results that we're seeing here, Iran, are those the correct results?
They should be, yes.
Okay.
There's an extra knight for black, so it's
An extra
winning.
knight for black, so it's winning. Okay, got you. Caruana won, as we saw. George Meyer has won. Sam Shankland won, surprisingly. Not really surprisingly, but... Okay, and John Hammer has won.
Oh, let's review John Hammer. Did he crash through and sacrifice a lot of pieces?
Okay, we'll go back to the very beginning.
No, let's go to the middle.
Okay, Bishop
You can
B1.
jump to the middle.
We'll jump around. Nick wants to look at this game.
Trade, now threatening, and he didn't. He played very carefully, didn't sacrifice.
This doesn't look like it's such a clear thing going on here. White's sort of building up. I guess the threat was to come over with the other rook.
No, he didn't sacrifice. He just played positionally.
And now bishops of opposite color sort of scheme, which is looking good for White, simply because...
Oh, he wins the queen. No, but he's got 2 extra pawns.
This is bad.
Well,
this is very bad. Black went wrong way back here, I think, in moving bishop to b5.
Well, yes.
I think taking the bishop away from the defense of the king side, but this was a difficult position anyway, maybe.
It's not the end I expected Hammer to sacrifice, but okay, a win is a win. Take it.
Okay. Griffith, Azoria was a win for black. Let's see how this ended, too. I want to see how this ended. We had this position, I think, around here. We were looking at this. Black is moving in on the king side with a direct attack and taking care of the queen side as needed.
Knight to e3, and now
sort of the attack is starting here. The rooks are uncoordinated.
Oh, threatening.
That's the end of that.
Brutal ends. Brutal end. If bishop e3, queen e3, and queen takes c1. Not to point out the obvious to you folks back at home. I guess that's the end of the round.
And Fabiano's hardly broken a sweat.
Can you print out the standings for us?
The previous standings.
Not the previous one, but when you do the
give me
pairings.
5 minutes, okay?
No, when you do the after it's all done.
I will have an extra copy for you.
So yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. I was talking there behind us. You can see everybody is Judit Sztaray.
Yes.
Sztaray.
Yes. Very.
Judit Sztaray is the tournament director.
Assistant tournament.
The assistant tournament director, and but part of the glue that's holding this event together. I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. Nick, can you pull in and so that you can be seen here? Make sure that you're seen, Nick.
Okay,
and
we are
you
in.
can take your guests, whoever they might be.
Guests would be nice. That's because
I'm going to go use the
we
rest.
finished 2 rounds out of 5 here in San Francisco at our downtown chess club, the Mechanics Institute, and we are working with chess.com on this event because chess.com has the Pro Chess Finals in the Folsom Street Foundry on Saturday and Sunday. Have we any guests here who'd like to say anything? Well, no players outside, so I'll just have to entertain you. Let's read some of the comments here. I've had a hard enough time following titled player games. This is ask the questions. Having the pieces jump around 6 moves at a time doesn't make things any easier. Well, I have to agree with you. That is a little hard to predict. Mr. Mark Pinto said he just predicted those 6 moves, but that takes a real talent. How many IMs and JMs are there? Excellent question. I think we have 13 Grandmasters here and about the same number of IMs.
Okay.
That's correct.
But this tournament was available for any rated player. We had a lower section under 2,000.
Okay, Nick, Kostya is here. He played Caruana, if you would like to.
Oh, Kostya, could you
For
please
1 minute.
comment? Tell us how it was to play Fabiano, and maybe we can review your game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was great to play him, regardless of how the game went and how badly I played.
Yeah, well, the end, that was definitely bad, but...
Okay, I would say the critical moment was when I played h4 on move 19. Oh, we can go earlier as well.
Okay, we'll just take a quick look at the opening.
Sure.
It was a king's in the offense. You jumped in with g4, okay, but then Fabi had this knight on f4 you didn't really want to take.
No, I never planned on taking this knight. I actually think I got a reasonable position because I just left the bishop on f1, and then the knight on f4 wasn't really doing much, so I just kind of played around it.
Let's see, you weren't planning on taking that knight. Fabi plays c6, breaking on the queen side, and you castle queen side. That's well, I guess your king has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, and Fabi just develops. King b1, pawn to a6. How did you feel about your position at this stage?
I actually thought I'm okay here because normally, like, when white does this in the King's Indian, black is typically playing for maybe f5.
Yes.
And I guess he didn't like it because gf, rook g1, and then it's not clear how to continue because he doesn't have this f4.
He would just be opening the g file against his own king.
Yeah, so I felt comfortable. If all he's doing is a6, b5, I thought, okay, now I can maybe trade off my knight.
So he trades off your knight. Bishop to b5, and you didn't want to open the a file.
No, yeah.
Okay. It's possible. Rook g1. You're just trying to prevent f5, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't see a better move, so I said, okay, let's make sure he doesn't play f5.
It does seem a little slow, though. You can't go rook c1 or maybe even take on b5.
I think it's reasonable, yeah, as well.
Pawn f5 really doesn't seem like such a good move because, well, the knight opens the white squares and things.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of reasons.
But now Fabi takes the c file, and you move h4.
So yeah, this was my blunder.
Okay.
Because I just didn't realize I'm running into a double attack after what he played, basically. Rook c1. I can't take with the queen or with the rook because now the g pawn is hanging. So this is why h4 is.
Okay.
But I thought I could just take with the king and everything is fine. Like I'll get back to b1, but I just missed his move, queen a4.
Oh, with a double attack.
And
too much loose stuff here.
Yeah, and then I confirmed with him there's nothing. It's just I lose a2 and then rook c8 comes and everything's collapsing.
One move against Fabi and that was it.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Great opportunity, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
fantastic.
First time I'm playing the number 2 player in the world, so that was pretty awesome.
Incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
Do we have the round 3 pairings? Oh yeah, just a little bit. I got you, man. Don't you worry.
Preston, where did you come from for this tournament?
I'm actually local. I live down in Mountain View.
Okay.
So it was a short drive up here.
Good. And you have your IM title?
That's right.
Are you trying to get a GM title now?
I am working on it. I have a few tournaments planned for the summer and just trying to train as much as I can consistently and work my way up towards it.
Where are you going to play those GM norm tournaments?
My next tournament will be in Las Vegas, the National Open. And then I'm hoping to play in Philadelphia, the Philly International and World Open.
Just before the World Open.
Exactly.
Great. Well, this can only improve your game playing Fabiano. So
yeah, it was a great experience. I'm very happy. I feel like I lucked out.
Okay. Well, good luck on your pursuit of the norms.
I think the pairings are out.
All right, I should go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, FIDE Master Paul Whitehead back here. Getting too close to the mic, probably. So we're waiting for the pairings to be entered up onto the onto our website, and then we'll be showing you the games. As you can see in the background there, everybody, the players are taking seats. They know the pairings, but we don't yet. What is the commentary?
Oh, is Ben Feingold there? No, Big Ben is not here.
Somebody's saying, hi, Nick DeFermian. Jim Santutako from Japan, it looks like. Hi, GM Nick DeFermian.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
They want us to follow Eric. Somebody wants us to follow Eric Hansen's game a bit. We'll try. We'll try to follow all the games.
But I don't think Eric Hansen is playing in this tournament. He'll be here tomorrow with the club for Eric Hansen will be giving a simultaneous exhibition here at the club.
Okay,
tomorrow,
so we can't show Eric Hansen's game here. He's not playing.
Otherwise, we would, of course.
Yeah.
We have Eric Rosen who is playing, but not Eric Hansen this
Okay.
time. This third round, I think we're going to get some real battles. So,
Yeah, the winners are going to start playing. They're using accelerated. I think they're using an accelerated pairing system here. So I want to find the standings. I'm going to try to find the standings, and so we can give you an idea.
what we get is the top 10 boards that we can view, and so we can't show Eric Rosen unless he's on the top 10 boards. If he is, we promise to show his game.
Okay.
Eric?
Players are sitting down.
Yeah, we can see what the. Here, I'm actually.
They have started, it looks like.
All right, let's. I'm not sure. Do we have Shankland?
Judit, they haven't started yet, right?
Yes, they just started.
So we.
We have to better card them.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Can I get the pairings and
This
standings?
is pairing one.
Thank you so much. We'll talk about the standings if the games aren't up yet. Okay, thank you, Judith.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Judith.
Abel pairing and top section, bottom half. And
That's the standings.
Yes.
So let's just quickly. There's a 13-way tie at 2 points. Perfect scores. Caruana, Hess, Chirilla, Izoria, Vinay Bhatt, International Master Greg Shahade, Shankland, Hammer, FIDE Master Andy Lee, Donchenko, Collars, and Zierk and George Meyer all have 2. And you know what's amazing, Nick? Nobody has a point and a half. It's either 2 points or 1 point or below.
It's good. It's a bloody tournament, not those wimpy draws.
Yeah, no draws. But it's amazing. We're already it looks like there's a separation going on here with the top players and the bottom half. There's not even one player with a point and a half.
And you know who I'm rooting for this next game? The commissioner, Greg Shahade, who's the commissioner of the Pro Chess League. Greg's a great guy. He runs some camp for juniors here at our club every summer.
You're rooting for him over John Ludwig Hammer,
he's
that's who's going to
Hammer.
play. So
Wow.
we're waiting. Okay, we're still waiting for the games to be entered on DGT, and then we'll catch up with everybody. We have Caruana playing his second.
Christian Chirilla. Oh, that'll be quite a game.
Yeah.
Should be the top 10 games in the.
So, okay.
We're waiting for technical support.
And then just click all the games that are happening
Where
now.
are
You
we?
may have to pull the mouse down first. Like, the cursor's up here because of that screen.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay, Caruana, Chirilla.
Yeah, and then just go down and keep picking those games.
Chenko. Sierk. Yes. Shahad.
We're waiting for the pairings to be entered on DGT, and then we're going to go. Rapid events.
That last one there cost you no?
Maybe the last one is Sztaray.
Looks like you got it. So
Where the parent?
maybe that one.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and there's one more maybe? Scroll down and see if you have 10
Okay.
on the side.
Where
Scroll
are the
That should be all of them, right?
Parents
Keep going.
Oh, here we go.
here.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
We're just taking the top 10. Eric Lee
We need
versus
one more.
Kavutsky. Do we
We
have that? And Wrench versus Lee.
We just need the Kavutsky column. Mainly. Oh, right here, yes.
Eric
That's it.
Lee versus
That's it.
Kavutsky. Okay. Okay, thank you. Whoops. Almost had a medical emergency with me falling down and on my face. Okay, so let's go to board one. Caruana versus Chirilla. Wow. This is the first big Grandmaster. I can't even say anything. I will, though. Okay, Nick. Do you want
Okay, well, probably they're not playing any of their opening preparation. They don't want to show it, but
do you want to follow the opening from the beginning and just,
Okay,
you know,
let's
let's see
take a
how
look.
this game went, folks.
it's
Even
a Sicilian defense.
with Queen B6.
And Christian is, the Queen B6, sort of a nice offbeat line.
Take it out of the book.
Yeah, now
Sort of.
of course there's book on everything, but here Chirilla just gives up the dark squared bishop. Normally you'd say that's quite some trouble, but
This is kind of a legitimate strategy in a way. That knight on B3 doesn't impress me yet. That's an aggressive.
And look at this next move of Chirilla's. A5, trying to cause trouble on that knight. Now, if this were a slow
Look
game...
at this. Both players are really just going for it. That's great. That's great.
If this were a slow game, you'd say, well, this is simply bad for black. I just don't believe this kind of position. But in a rapid game, black is going to get a lot of activity.
Well, I mean, if black plays A4, then how does he get through on the queens on the knight D2? I guess knight
maybe
D4.
you could go A4, knight to D2, pawn to D5.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
not sure it won't go pawn to A4,
Pawn to G5.
pawn to G5.
And you can move the pieces, Nick, and
So,
show us what's going on. A4,
If
G5.
A4, G5 might be trouble. So pawn takes B3,
Yeah, you can
pawn
play it
takes
all.
F6. Looks like white is getting the attack here.
I would agree with you.
So G4 by Fabiano. That's
You can just click back onto G4.
okay.
There. Yeah.
I think you viewers can tell this is all new for us.
Actually, you know what, Nick? You're not going to believe this. This is exactly how the game has gone, I think. Oh, no, maybe not. I'll refresh. No, it's stopped at G4. Okay. And Chirilla is still thinking. Shall we go to the next game?
Okay.
Donchenko versus Shankland. Grandmaster Donchenko versus Grandmaster Shankland.
Okay, and
Want to go? Let's go back up to the
opening.
opening.
Okay. And it's an English opening to start.
Nick, this is your favorite system with black. Am I wrong?
Well, no, E6 is.
Why
the
is there a dancing pawn on the chessboard? Where was that from? Did you see that? A dancing green pawn. I'm gonna have to ask Aaron what that was about.
Okay, well.
What did you say, Nick? Here?
Our phantom pawn has left the boards. The phantom green pawn.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens. They
So D4 is that?
Well,
I've seen this gambit. I
yes.
think.
So it's a gambit because the D6 square is weak.
Right. And the players must know this.
Now Sam just counters, and he lets
White's gonna regain the pawn.
white regains the pawn. So okay, it took white a little time, but white does have an isolated pawn, and Sam wins the B pawn. Like that, he just grabs it. So in fact, now he's a pawn up.
Yeah, black's a pawn up, and it seems to me, I mean, white's forced black to kind of move all around the world, but
Yes, it's still, if you win the pawn on D5, it's just even. But Right
well,
now it looks good.
And black always has that 2-1 majority on the queen side. Yeah. I don't know. Black being a pawn up in this situation seems to be a plus, but maybe not. Maybe. Here's what this is probably all book. Right?
Well, we can look at the time.
Right.
No, they would have played.
They would have played more
instantly.
quickly. Yeah.
They'd use a lot of time. So this is pressure. At least White has everything developed, but it has to be at least equal for Sam.
What about George Meyer versus Steven Zierk? Shall we look at that?
This.
Okay. I can run through the opening again.
Baden-Baden's top player, George Meyer.
Okay, versus Steven Zierk. And this is a London system, right? No, it's an English with black playing those.
Yeah, like a ready.
Ready,
where
yeah.
Black plays like a London system.
Right, right. That seems like a simple answer to all the.
Somehow, yes.
Yeah.
Somehow black should be okay in this position.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go to a position where there's more action.
All right. Well, this is what we're left with. Okay. Sorry, we should have been yakking away there, but we didn't.
Now, which board is this?
This is Azoria versus Bot,
which is board 4.
Board 4.
And
Vinay Bhatt is another player who played chess as a young man here in the at the Mechanics Institute, and has pretty much quit competitive chess. And is a software engineer, I think. I'm not sure exactly. A great guy. Plays chess pretty infrequently.
But still a grandmaster and a strong player.
Strong grandmaster, yeah.
Right.
He's done well. Yeah. So game is still in its early stages.
Okay, we haven't seen Robert Hess so much, so let's take a look at his
Hess
game.
versus Collars.
Okay, he's okay. Collars rated 25-61. That's yeah, everybody's strong in this second round.
Yeah,
Everyone
this is Grandmaster versus Grandmaster here for the most part now.
Looks kind of pleasant for the white side. That's
we have
those 2 bishops and some squares.
We can see Fabiano Caruana playing his second, Johan Schirilla, his second in the World Championship match.
Okay, you want to go back, take a look at our.
However you want, if you want to keep going down, see how Shahadi is doing versus Hammer, or else we can go back up to this game.
Okay, well let's follow this one. We stopped after pawn to g4.
Okay.
And what did Chirilla play? He answered attacking the knight.
And d5, as you thought might happen.
Oh well, this is
sort of a forced series of exchanges. And
very, solid and safe play by Fabiano.
Yeah.
The pawns are on white. That black pawn on a4 could be kind of weak. The knight on c6 can't jump in, but not so bad for black. A little worse.
A mixture of dynamic and positional considerations going on here.
But now,
I like white. Looks like he's got a bit of a grip. That's the way it looks to me.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
But
shall we keep running down? Let's.
Yeah.
We
have to see.
Let's jump down to Greg Shahadi versus Hammer.
Okay. And this game. It's almost like a Benoni reverse.
Another ready system or something. Yeah, Benoni reversed.
Okay, we'll start from the beginning.
Go ahead.
Because Greg, he plays in English with b3, kind of like Larson used to do in the old days.
Right.
And
black immediately goes for the d4 wedge.
So that, yes, but the pawn's on e6, so though black center isn't so solid. But Hammer just plays very logical moves, developing, controlling the dark squares.
Nice try.
And it's at least equal.
Yeah, black is equalized without any problem here. You know,
Yes.
if that's his goal. Of course, he's outranks Greg Shahade by, well, not by that much. I mean, I forget that Greg is, even though he's pretty inactive as an active player, he's still a strong international master.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. So black is at least equal, but
all right, we have Conrad Holt, who's joined the tournaments, and he's playing Andy Lee. Now, Conrad Holt was the top player with 1 point, and he is playing Andy Lee, who has 2 points. So Colt is sort of trying to, he's the top player with 1 point, as I say, he's sort of trying to come from behind now. It's going to be difficult. 4 points is not going to win this tournament. It's just, but he can knock Andy Lee out of contention.
and this looks nice for Conrad Holt because he's got better development.
And he's up a pawn. That kind of is nice too.
Well, that is a problem.
Yeah.
So there is the pawn hanging on H2.
On H2, yeah.
Can get it back, but
so White is temporarily at least doing quite well, and if that H2 pawn can be taken, then maybe Black can hope to equalize.
yes.
Okay. So shall we move on? Jordi Montrenard versus Patrick Wolf. These are the players who have already lost a game. Not to say that these are some of the lower boards now. I mean, if you can call board 8 a lower board. But these players are already sort of out of contention. It's amazing.
Well, out of contention for the first prize.
Out of contention for first prize. So because there's such a big gap between the players who have already have 2, and then there's players that don't that just have 1, and no players with 1.5. It's sort of split the field already.
Well, it's a 5-round tournament.
5-round tournament, yeah.
And so it could be Fabiano, say he draws against his second Christian Torilla, and that could knock you out of the very first prize.
It could, it could. Let's see. This is Jordi Montrenard versus Patrick Wolf, and it's a game. Does that?
Yes.
Okay. Here's Daniel Wrench, your favorite player, Nick.
Oh, okay. We have to see Danny's game.
Oh my gosh! It's checkmate on the board.
Danny, congratulations.
It looks
that
like
is a
checkmate
nice
on the
checkmate. That is a double checkmate. Check and check again. you may get 2 points from the tournament director for that.
Why is it saying that Black has a move here? I mean, that's hard to believe. It doesn't look to me like Black has a move.
Well, no, it looks like it says checkmate.
Oh, it's checkmate. Okay.
Yes,
so checkmate on the board after 21 moves.
Let's see this game.
Nick
it looks like
wants
there
to
was
look
some
at the game, so go
action.
for it.
So a quick view of
that was an exciting game.
Danny against Miss Bellin Lee.
Bellin Lee.
And it was a Panavotvnik variation of the Caro-Kann, which transposes to something like a Nimzo Indian. Danny offers a pawn, as he no doubt enjoyed, and he gets development for it. Threatening to win the queen. Oh, that move hurts. How do you let your pawns get doubled up like that?
What about Queen E7 as a possibility?
Yes, so I think Queen C7,
that
real
looks like
trouble.
a horrendous blunder.
And, well, after that move, you just lose a piece.
What happened?
No,
let's see what happened.
Oh, no, pawn G6. So you're threatening Queen H7.
Has to move the rook.
Has to move the rook if he doesn't want to lose a piece. But that just doesn't really work. Check.
This is a well-known trap in the Panel Club that great.
Oh,
you can't take the D4.
We have the great Danny Wrench here.
So he's already...
Danny, please show us.
He's already losing if you take on D4 here.
Okay.
Because I heard you describing it, I was like, I just had to come in and say that.
That's great. Thank you. Nick and I don't know much opening.
No, it's all right.
I'm Paul Whitehead.
I'm Danny.
Nice to meet you.
I know this guy from long ago. Did you tell the people that you?
He's been making fun of you.
First of all, thank you. If you're not making fun of me,
Danny Wrench.
then you're failing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you tell them you coached my team when we won the Nationals? Do you remember that? When we did that Kasparov event at UMBC?
Yes.
Do you remember coaching? Well, you don't remember, to be honest. But
Nick, lean in a little bit so the people lean in.
Remember, I was 12. I was like 12 or 13. I won the elementary nationals that year, and you were our coach when we played that Grandmaster and team versus Kasparov simul.
Oh yes.
At UMBC,
yes.
Yes. And you were our coach, and we did good. I just want to say we go so far back, you know. I feel like people.
You were 12 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how old are you, man?
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a well-known trap. Black can't take d4. It loses the exchange at best by force, because in this line, as long as you take on f6 first and force the bishop here, the only move after rook fd1 is queen e7, but then queen e4, g6, and bishop b4. Right.
What about just giving up the queen here and playing bishop c3?
So you can, I mean, but it's
pretty big.
It's no good, especially because I don't even have to ruin the structure. I can play queen c2 and take with the queen.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So kind of known, and then but it was pretty funny because when we got this position, he still didn't realize that he was mated on queen e4. I saw he almost grabbed the rook and then he went away, and then he almost grabbed the rook and he went away, and I'm like, if you move the rook, it's forced mate.
How old was your opponent?
He's like looked like a teenager.
Okay.
Bellin.
So what have you been saying about me? You talking smack? I love it. Tell me how you insulted me.
Nothing nice. I guarantee.
That's what I want. All right. Hey, you guys are doing a great job. I'm watching it. This looks so good.
Okay.
Who made this?
We've had help. Aaron from chess.com.
I didn't know if one of our guys did. I thought this is so sexy. This looks amazing.
Good. Yeah. Well, it's kind of unique. I think it's a window into a chess club kind of thing.
I love it. And the design is like, this is the mechanics.
Yeah, if you could just take out the commentators, it would be great.
Well,
you know?
I'll get out of here.
No, I'm talking about us.
So, Danny, you're going to be commenting this weekend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to...
No, I mean,
tell us about the Pro Chess League.
For the Pro Chess League, yeah. So that's why we're all here, which is awesome. And this is a historic place to be, obviously, the Mechanics Institute. A lot of people don't know that some of the original and first ever chess leagues and league games were played here at the Mechanics via code with other chess clubs around the world.
Right, playing Telegraph.
Yeah.
And I actually played in telephone matches here at the Mechanics.
So you were in the matches
70s.
versus like the Marshall Chess
in
Club?
1970s.
Wow.
I played in late 70s. I played for in the Telephone Chess League. We were the San Francisco...
Dragons, perhaps?
I can't remember what we were called. Maybe the Dragons Mechanics. Yeah.
That's awesome. But anyway, so some of the original... Anyway, so we're all in town for the Pro Chess League, and then our plan originally was working with Abel, who does an amazing job here.
No, we were the Berkeley Riots. I had to remember that. Yeah.
We Jan Ludwig was going to play, and he was, because he's in town for the event, but then one after another, like another GM signed up, and then Fabiano signed up, and then it was like, well, everybody's got to play now, and so before you know it, like the entire, all these super strong grandmasters.
We are so thrilled to have you guys here. It's just fabulous.
Are you guys going to come to the event? You should come.
Oh, I was there last year. It's a great event. I have to recommend for everybody to see it.
Okay, cool. I didn't know you. I didn't get to see you last year.
Well, you were up in the booth.
I was up in the booth.
So.
Okay. But if you come this year, maybe we'll get you on, get a little interview, and you too. You guys should go represent the Mechanics.
That's very possible.
Mike Klein got an interview with me last year, and Mike is here tonight too.
He's always here, watching, judging.
Wow.
Dude, this template looks amazing.
Yeah, well, it has to.
Work, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
I know this guy. He usually
Chess.com guy here.
That's right. How'd you do in your game?
What do you think? I played 1900 and
Dude, I checkmated my guy. Like as soon as he went for this, I was like, I'm gonna get checkmate on the board. He doesn't see it. Like, how often do you actually get to play checkmate on the board? Like
maybe he allowed you to play it just because
his body language. He didn't see. He was frustrated. He knew he was lost, but I don't think he. I think he instantly played King D7. It's rapid, thinking I was gonna take F7, and of course he's, I don't know, losing everything. But I was like,
There you go.
Bye. You played her?
No.
Oh. She just came in and said hi.
She just said hi bye.
Okay, got it. Anyway, this is awesome.
Wow. Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys. We were watching the reason I came in is because you guys started going to my game, and I'm like, I gotta go talk about it.
Oh, you saw us do that. Where did you see us?
We're watching it there.
Oh, okay.
We're watching you guys. You're doing
How
great.
about that? Okay.
Well,
thank you.
thank you, Danny.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna, Nick, come back where you were sitting before. I'm gonna turn this again, so we can see you, Nick. Look.
Okay, here
Yeah, you've
I'm
got to
back
come back into
until
the
another
picture.
guest comes in.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nick. Let's see. Eric Lee versus Kavutsky. Shall we look at that game?
Have we got all the results of the top boards? What happened to the hammer and Greg?
Well, okay. Let's look back up at Caruana and Caruana and
You do that? You guys do that?
Oh,
Yeah, I did that.
This guy
what is happening here?
He's the one.
4, 5, 2, 4.
complicated position.
Okay, now pawns are back to even, but that bishop on e6 looks good. There's that pawn on g4 is a little weak. Wow.
Both players are lost, as a player somebody would say to me.
Well, you know, I would say this position is not bad for Chirilla, except he's got 1:38 seconds against 5.5 minutes for Fabiano.
Wow.
So Fabiano has learned to play quickly.
Donchenko and Shankland was drawn on board 2. So Shankland and Donchenko fall back a half a point off the pace.
Let's see what happened in that opening. Sam had gained a pawn at the expense of some time, some development, and Donchenko developed all the pieces, and so Sam
trying to make something happen here.
But Sam developed his bishop, but then both the d5 and the b7 pawns were under attack, and
Black is trying to keep something going here, I guess.
yes, so he trades.
Something's
Right.
gonna fall though.
Sam's trying to hold Queen C1. Okay, one of our younger players popping in again to say hi.
We'll have to rope them in here at some point.
But Sam just could not hold on.
Couldn't
to all
hold the pawn,
pawns.
yeah.
And
maybe there was a way, but this wasn't the way.
And they went into just a drawn ending. Had to agree a draw. So a well-played game.
Okay.
Sam with black, it's hard to win all the time.
So Chirilla and Caruana are still playing.
Let's
board 3, Meyer versus Zirk. Let's see how this game is going. What do you think here, Nick?
Okay, e6 is a bit weak there. Again, pawns are even, so looks nice for the white side.
Black's playing a little quicker than white here. It's 1 minute and 45 seconds to 3 minutes and counting down. There is a 2-second increment, so, but who knows here? White's got h4 up this, trying to play h4, I suppose.
h4 is the threat. White has less time. Minute 45 to 250.
e5, knight f5, I guess, or something like that.
So a bit complicated.
Yeah.
f5 could be played, and the bishop has to go back to f3.
But that gives it maybe e5 square. I yawned, folks. Sorry.
And then e5 could be played. You might try f5 and then e5.
Well, f5, yeah, I see. Okay.
Oh, no, he just returns back to e4.
I see. Rook a6 was played, and that defended e6.
I'm sorry, bishop g4, rook a6,
defended e6, and then h4, and the knight went back to e4, and bishop f3, e5.
Okay, this is very solid play.
Knight c2 was played. And Black looks like he's been doing fine throughout all this exchanges. Yeah. So, in fact, starting to infiltrate is what it looks like to me.
He has a great knight on c3.
Yeah. George Meyer it's funny. Steven Zirk is kind of kind of showing. Of course, yeah.
Whitehead squares 2.
Yeah.
So
let's move on.
let's see Fabiano again. This is
okay.
Back to Fabiano, and what's happened in this end game? Still even pawns, but it's kind of nice for black. And the time is 36 seconds against 3 minutes for.
Yeah, Chirilla has run himself out of time. That could very well be the deciding factor here.
Yeah, I think he would never lose this game if it were if he had lots of time, but
he's in danger of losing because of the time situation.
Down to 25 seconds.
All it's going to take against Fabiano is one serious error here. But I mean, if White plays F3 and Black plays Rook A3, Rook B7, they're going to agree to a draw right there and there.
Well, it's so little time, but maybe Fabiano is very principled. Okay, so
that's not what happened. Okay, yeah.
So Fabiano keeps a passed pawn on the queen side, giving him some chances. How many seconds left?
Chirilla is coming down to the increment now. This is going to be very difficult for Chirilla. I'm sorry.
Okay, 8 seconds left.
Yeah, he's pretty much down to the increment. I'm not sure how accurate the clocks are. Or how do you know how that
when
works?
When it gets under time pressure, it's just that the system has to update. It takes a few seconds.
Gotcha.
That's
but can you tell if somebody's on the increment or not, or unless it zeroes out, then you know they're on the increment. Yeah. So yeah. All right, let's keep moving along. Meyer, Zierk. It looks like White's made some progress.
Has White won a pawn in this game?
Yeah, it looks like White's won a pawn. Amazing.
Let's go back to where we left it when knight came to E3 and B5. Trade the knights. Takes check. Rook takes D5, knight E3, rook D8, queen C3. The pawns are still even. A4, and then he just plays rook C6, which just doesn't seem like a good move.
Rook C6 is a mistake, folks.
He just lost his A pawn.
Wow.
Okay.
Even strong grandmasters is good for us to know back home, folks, that strong grandmasters blunder pawns. Under the pressure of the situation and so on and so forth. Although, I can't take at E2 because queen B7.
Okay, so 37 seconds for George Meyer, 41 for Steven Zierk. Pawn up for White, but maybe queen A6 would win it back.
Rook B8, queen D2.
Okay.
White's starting to get something here too. Maybe even also on the king side potentially.
So we keep looking around back to Fabiano.
Or we can keep going back there. Yeah, that's a good
9
place to
seconds.
Yeah.
Well, okay, chances for Fabiano now, but we'll go back and then to Greg Chahadi against the Norwegian Hammer. We've just decided that's his nickname, the Norwegian Hammer.
The Norwegian Hammer. So what's going on in this game? It
looks very good for the black side. Those wonderful pawns on C5 and D4.
It looks to me like black's up a queen for a rook. Am I missing something? Am I missing something here?
Excuse me, that game is over. Yes.
Yeah, this is horrendous.
Okay.
Yeah, the game over, or not yet, but just about.
The commish went down in that one.
Those are the players with 2 points. Now we're down to the players with 1 point again. Oh, no, actually that's not true. Conrad Holt looks like has checkmated Andy Lee, and so that got rid of Andy Lee's perfect score.
Reducing the number of perfect scores.
The number of perfect scores.
Who did Andy Lee beat?
He beat Patrick Wolf.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So.
But this time he was not so fortunate. Going down to Conrad Holt. Okay. Back, Jordi Montrenard. This is speaking of Patrick Wolf. And Patrick Wolf finds himself again in a difficult sort of situation.
Well, he has to play G6 and stop the mate.
And then
Can you get away with King G8, or is that too much?
No, maybe run. Maybe running was the best thing. Run like a scared rabbit and just.
yeah,
That's the only thing I know.
run like a scared rabbit is the Grandmaster commentary of the day. That's what we like to hear from our star players. Is not knight c3, queen b5, but run like a scared rabbit. But what's happened here?
Okay, it seems we're getting
A lot of
5
moves
at a time.
Yeah, these guys are probably in the increment, both of them, and wild things are happening, and we can just watch in awe as this happens.
Well,
I'm sure lots of mistakes are being made, but it's happening at such a fast pace that we're dangerous position for both players.
Change quickly.
Dangerous position. We'll just watch as it happens on the increment. A very dramatic game going on here.
Did he flag?
No, probably not. It takes a while for the system to sort of catch up. I could refresh. I will refresh. And refreshing. This is very refreshing.
F6 might be good. Trying to go queen
FG7.
h7.
We don't really know yet what happened. Oh yeah, it's more moves have been played.
Oh my! What is?
Black is winning, right?
To me, it looks like black.
No, but those pawns are dangerous. A bishop check would be.
Bishop A2 check is
Oh yeah.
Oh, bishop
Maybe
A2
rook
check.
A8.
What a crazy. These games we need hours to look at these games. Instead, we're only given seconds. It's not really, well, it's part of the drama here. Part of the intense drama. You know,
Maybe there's gonna be a stalemate with rook on f7 and bishop a2.
let's see. There's been some results here. It looks like.
Let's have a rundown of
That's not so bad.
the top boards.
Where is?
What happened to Fabiano?
Yeah, did I?
I'm pretty sure he won.
Fabiano won. Let's see that.
Let's try to find that game, folks. Fabiano was white.
Oh, he won?
I think you have to
That was
go.
a draw.
Oh no, it's down.
There he is.
There he is.
Fabiano. According to this, it's still going on.
Oh, it's over.
It's over? Okay. So Fabiano has won the game. I guess this was the final position.
Yes, Christian.
A new
was
queen is appearing.
Too low on time. Didn't get rid of that last pawn.
I want to keep.
Rook A6. Oh, it's black. Oh,
It's check. It's
Yeah,
check.
it's in check, and the queen is about to appear on the board.
Yeah, so that was it. It looks like it should have been a draw, but with low time against Fabiano,
Not fun.
something like this. What can you do?
Yeah.
Rook G7, A7.
What was going on here? 96. And how did black lose this exactly? Bishop A8.
Okay, now that was a
rook
mistake.
C8.
Yes, he blundered with Bishop A8.
Why? King C5.
And then F3 is the last blunder when he just takes the bishop.
Could he have moved the bishop instead?
Perhaps. I think earlier it was certainly a draw.
What horrendous blunders that I think it looked like to me two bad moves by black in a row.
Well, Paul, we're going to put you against Fabiano with
I can't wait.
2 seconds to move, and you're going to show us how to do it.
I'm so lucky I can stand here and criticize great players under pressure. Right, Mark?
It's easier watching than playing.
Yeah. How'd you do your third round? A draw, finally.
Bishop opposite colors, and I was better, but I couldn't push it through.
And who are you playing?
Let us tell you, Mark, you were playing.
Grandmaster, were you playing?
No.
You were playing Manas Palde.
Okay, Modest Balde.
Expert, you know.
Okay.
I was better the whole game, but I just went into a bishop opposite color and I couldn't push it through.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'm really jealous that you're
We'll have to look at that one later.
I'm like you. I'm the same level.
Okay, we have some comments. Trilla blundered it very weirdly.
No offense.
Yes, maybe weirdly. It's just tough when you're so low on time.
Well, somebody saw, because of the delay, somebody saw Judit in this room and outside at the same time. So that's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Not sure that was because of the delay.
So fuzzy.
My class would be so happy if I can be home and here at the same time.
Judit is saying her kids would be so happy if, yeah.
Not sure.
I think if we're going to learn anything here, that's the most important thing.
I love it.
That's the most important thing we've learned
She's
tonight.
an amazing teenager. She's hardworking.
Okay, comments. Any comments? The girl in green shirt.
Okay, somebody's asking if Fabi can come in here and give and say something. So we're going to try to get that.
Let me get
Oh, this would be great.
And maybe, I'm not sure who's going to talk to him.
You do.
Oh my gosh.
You're welcome.
My palms are sweating, folks. I don't know what to say to Fabiano Caruana.
You want to write in, what should we ask Fabi?
What should we ask Fabi?
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fabi,
somebody's
get in there
saying
and-
this is really good commentary compared to most.
Well, don't
Thank
really.
you very much. We're trying not to be just chess nerds here. We're trying to give you a wider knowledge of the chess culture here in San Francisco and worldwide. It's just
I think it'd be more
part of what we're doing.
if you sang the commentary.
Someone has asked you if you could trash talk about Magnus.
Well, my name is, hi, Fabiano, my name is Paul Whitehead, and I'm a FIDE master. I've joined this club in 1972. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for showing up. First thing I want to ask you is, how are you enjoying San Francisco? Are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time so far, yeah.
Yeah, you're certainly pounding the opposition here, so we're really proud of you.
I don't know if I'd say that, but this game was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, you're doing great. We've been following your maybe F3 was a mistake at the end.
Oh, F3 was definitely a mistake.
Okay.
It should have been a draw a few moves before.
Okay. I just wanted to say you're having a good time in San Francisco, and if you would like to make any comments about your games or upcoming things for yourself, your next World Championship match,
Well, that's still undecided.
It's still undecided.
If I get there at all.
We're rooting for you. The match in Norway, again, the match against the Norwegian, was you held him for a long time. It was fantastic. So, do you have any comments about your play so far? It seems to me you've just been really dominant and playing very well.
This has been a fun tournament. I haven't followed the other results because, like, this game, I didn't have time to check the games around me.
Right.
The first two games, I had some time to look at the games around, but
right.
So I don't know what's going on, but I guess there have been some mix-ups at the top.
There have. In fact, there was no, going into this round, there was no point and a half. It was everybody was 2 points or 1 point.
Yeah.
So the field is starting to separate itself. And it would be nice to get a clear winner, and I guess that's part of the idea is to.
Well, there will be a playoff, so there will be a clear winner.
There might be,
yeah,
there'll be a playoff. That's right, there'll be a playoff one way or the other. And so let's see what people are saying. Somebody's saying, I'm nervous. I am nervous in the presence of great chess players. I've played some great chess players in my time, but not world number twos, we've had some great. I played Mikhail Tal in this club here, 3 blitz games, and that's when you could smoke here. And Tal lit my cigarette. He and I were both smokers.
How did the games go?
I drew 1 game. Yeah,
That's good. He was an amazing blitz player.
He was
not just a world champion, but also an amazing blitz player.
He was old. He was 55 and sort of at the end of his life. Actually, he died a year later. Yeah. But he played in a blitz tournament here, and I got to play him 3 times. It was the highlight of my chess career was playing Tal here, and I think you're maybe the strongest player we've had in this club since Tal was here.
Wow.
We haven't had any world champ. Karpov has been here, but there's been no world champions that have visited the club. Reigning world champions that have visited the club. We had Yafan was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Spassky was here too.
And Sponsky was here. Okay. So, any other? One other question I have for you. Do you have any advice? We hear lots of advice for young players, but what about our club is made up of a lot of older players that are just trying to improve their game a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for, imagine yourself, 30 years from now, you're going to be a very strong grandmaster, but you're going to be playing players of the younger generation. What are you going to do to stay fit as a chess player as you get older?
Well, I don't think that just because you're not a kid or you're a bit older that you can't improve in chess. And I don't think that should stop anyone. It gets more difficult, of course, and it requires more work, but I still think that it's possible to improve at any age or any level. And I mean, we see players at the top who maybe their energy and motivation isn't at the same level as, let's say, a 19-year-old.
Right.
But still they work hard. Like Vichy's constantly improving his chess.
What an amazing thing!
Yeah, of course. Korchnoi was playing world championship matches into his 50s. Smyslov was playing candidates matches into his 70s.
Right.
So there are a lot of examples of players who keep improving and keep getting great results into their later years.
Words of wisdom for all of us that just because we're getting older and that we can still make tremendous strides in our game. I think that's great to hear. We know that young players have unlimited potential, but the rest of us are just trying to keep our hand in, a little bit. So. Well, thank you so much. Is anybody? We're rooting for you, and we're so glad you're here. This is a historic chess club, and you're a player who's already made his mark in history as a chess player, which is extraordinary for me to be in the presence of that, as I was when Tal was here, and there are other players that have come through the club. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And does anybody else have a question for Mr. Fabiano Caruana?
I have a comment. The pairings are up, and he needs to get.
We won't keep you any longer. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. The games are live. Amazing.
Games are live.
Okay. How do I do? The games are live, so you're going to put them up.
Go ahead. I got it.
What?
Sit up and.
All right.
Remember, click over here.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then start getting
this one?
Yeah, the one that don't have.
Okay. And then what?
Click again.
Oh, click
Until
again.
You get 10. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Click again. That's 3.
Sure.
That's 4. Mm-hmm. We're getting up into the next. Did we do this one?
Yes, we just did.
Okay.
Frozen.
That's 5.
Chirila was next. Chirila.
Okay, that's 6.
Are we ready?
Yep.
That's 7.
Oh, okay.
Did we get Sam?
Yeah.
Should be a win.
Where was I?
Rosen. We just missed.
Did we do that one?
Did we do Rosen already?
Rosen Azoria? I think so.
If not, you can go down, all the way down.
Yeah.
We did.
Chirilla Coleman is up there, and Chambers versus Holt.
So we don't have Rosen yet.
Yeah,
we do.
have.
He's right there.
Oh, yes, sure.
So, and we have, okay, so the next one is, yikes, is that 10? No.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6.
Let's go back in.
Wow. Okay. I'm going back up to the top.
We got Shankland.
We got Schenkenmeyer, yes. We have Bot Caruana. We have Zirk Donchenko. We have that. We have Rosen versus Azoria. We have Chirilla Coleman. We have Holt, Chambers, and that's it.
Okay.
Wait a minute, but that's only 6 boards. Where's Fabiano's? Oh yeah, we only have 6 boards. I mean, that's that's okay with us, I guess. Folks, thanks for watching. That was amazing to see Fabiano Caruana here in the studio. Chance to talk to him was incredible. I'm still blown away by that. Let's see. Let's go up to board 1. I guess is Vinay Bot versus. Do we have the pairings?
We don't have the.
We don't have the pairings,
but we can start showing the game.
Yeah, let's start with Vinay Bot versus Fabiano Caruana.
Okay, Vinay has.
Go ahead, Nick.
He's played the Tory attack, or this is actually the Verisov opening. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was a Dutch defense. We'll start with move 1. That's a surprise. Dutch defense from Fabiano. And, well, that keeps it imbalanced. But then d5, Vinay doubles the pawns, so he's given up the 2 bishops, but...
These kind of structures are difficult to play, for me anyway, with black. I always found some difficulty playing against this, but there's standard ways of playing this that...
Okay, well, the next few moves are probably quite important. I wonder if Vinay can keep the position very stable and closed, then the knights will be good. But I have a feeling that Fabiano is going to get those bishops working. Hammer didn't draw.
All right, I'm just looking at some of the commentary.
What?
I just fixed them.
Oh, so we have more boards?
Yeah, check it out.
Okay, let me put in some more boards here, folks. I'm going to do that right now. 2 more? It looks like there's 2 more have appeared. Okay, we have more boards here. Stearman versus Hess, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're putting that in. Oh no, Stearman versus Hess, that couldn't have been. What is this game? Stearman versus Hess.
That must have been last round.
All right. Okay. So if I had the pairings, I would know who the people were. How do I go back to that situation? All right. Let's look at Shankland versus Meyer. I know, but how do I?
New pairings.
Oh, do I go to this? I go to this thing here. Here we
Then
go.
I bought against Fabiano Caruana, Jan with Big Hammer.
Zirk versus Donchenko, right? We have that.
Do you have Hammer versus Colors?
No, I don't.
Okay,
think so.
there it is.
So what do? I click on it, and there it is. Okay, and so it's saved. Okay, and
you have Shankland, Mayer, Zirk, Donchenko, Rosen,
Yes, I have
Izoria,
those games.
Stearman, Hess, Christian Chirilla against Teddy Coleman.
I think I have that. Yeah, Chirilla Coleman is up there.
Conrad Holt against Ezra Chambers.
Stearman Hess. Yeah, that's up there.
Andy Lee against Greg Shahadi. Okay.
That one we now have.
And we have to see the next one. Ina Agresk against Danny Wrench.
Okay. Okay. Let me see there. There it is.
Beautiful.
Boom. And that's it. Okay. Good. We're doing fine here. Whew. I'm gonna let me transition this over to and watch. We're watching Vinay Bot versus Fabiano Caruana. Somebody says they like the part where they play chess. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing here, folks. Okay, look at this is a Nadorf. Do you want to look at Nick? I'm going to turn this over to you.
Okay.
The games are over here on the right, and
we're going to start with board 10 of Ina Agrest from Sweden against Danny Wrench, and
I'm going to take a quick break here.
E4. Danny plays the knight or variation. Ina plays the most aggressive bishop to g5. And Danny plays knight c6, was a favorite of 6-time U.S. champion Walter Brown. But it's always been a little suspicious. Black has to break the pin on the knight. Takes knight to d5. And knight e4 takes. Well, queen h5, I don't know the latest in theory on this line. I think Black's position is suspicious in a slow game, but it's a wild and crazy game. Danny just calmly plays bishop to e7. Oh, well, that looks good. Pawn g6 isn't such a threat. Castle's long, rook b8. So, and he's played very fast. Danny seems to know his openings very well. He's used only 1 minute. Ina Agrest has used almost 4 minutes in this very complicated position. White couldn't really win a knight anyway. You don't want to take that. Queen to b6 would threaten checkmate on b2. So that move's not a worry. Now you'll have to show me how to go back to double click.
Double click.
This.
Double click. Double.
2. It's good. I think it's.
It should be, yeah.
Okay, back to the original position. And Ina's thinking, so now we're going to move to a different game. Let's see, Sam Shankland against George Mayer. They have a hedgehog. Okay, that game's going to be slow to develop. No action yet. To our number 1 game, Vinay Bhatt against Fabiano. And
I can't provide any commentary whatsoever, but I'll hang out with you.
Okay. Abel, who has made this great show for us. It's which everybody seems to be enjoying so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of action here. I mean, the last rounds, I think it's 4 players that have perfect score left over. So I think there's a really good chance we're going to end up with a clear winner when it's all said and done.
That's good. I was sort of looking forward to an Armageddon playoff, but yeah, looks like...
Yeah, it actually cleared up more than we thought. We were worried we were going to have a logjam in the last round and possible 4 or 5 way tie, but, you know, it seems like... someone's gonna clear the way. It's kind of exciting.
Well, knock on wood, but you could get a couple of draws, and you're gonna have your.
And just so the people know, if we have more than 2 people tied at the end, we will have a blitz playoff. And if there's more than 2 people tied, we'll use the tie breaks to determine the top 2, and that will be the one playoff game. So. We'll see what happens. We will have a definitive winner one way or the other.
Okay. It would be kind of nice to see somebody win it very legitimately, win all their 5 games.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of sad to see Sam kind of out of the running with just 1 draw with the black pieces, but...
Yeah, he got the draw, but, you know, and Fabiano's got to, you know, he's got to get that win also if, you know, he wants to stay perfect, and same with the game between Hammer and Collars. So let's see how it plays out, but Fabi really grinded out that win against Christian because it looked like it was really even. Because I happened to be standing right in front of the board, but then the time pressure got to Christian. I think he may have blundered at the end.
Yes, Fabi just said that it was a draw until very near the end. But
you know, time pressure, you know, anything can happen. So it's kind of one of the exciting things about Rapid, because we run our Monday night Rapids every other Monday. And just to see the players kind of adjust to that new time control, things the pace picks up and a lot can change really quick, and to see that at this level, they're feeling it too, and things change really quick, and it's just kind of exciting chess. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it gives everybody some inspiration to see that Christian Trilla can blunder when he's in time pressure, so it's okay if they do too.
Yeah, it makes us, we're just as human.
Yes, only Fabiano is just a machine here. But let's see. This game, Vinay, he's a tough player. He's an amateur nowadays, but he's got 3 points. Very impressive from one of our local Bay Area players.
Yeah, a member of the San Francisco Mechanics Pro Chess League team. Yeah, so right now it's sort of a Mechanics versus St. Louis Archbishops match, right? Individual match, right? So
okay, well, I'm afraid we have to be biased in that one.
And on board 2 at Baden-Baden against Norway. So so we got some Pro Chess League representation on the top 2 tables.
Let's take a look at that second board of the other perfect 3-0 scores. Where's John Ludwig Hammer? Why not? Seen him? Oh, there it is. At the bottom. Okay, what's happened in this game? This game was a Nimzo Indian. We'll just go to the start.
I just want to give a shout out to chess.com. I really like the kind of the interface we're using to do the analysis and just crisp pictures. It's fun to watch.
They have a great technical team, don't they? So, a little bit unusual. Bishop to d2 was a bit of a slow move. Okay. Nothing too special so far. Colors has his bishop out there on a5, but it seems to be pretty useful on that diagonal. But Jon Ludwig, he's doubled on the c file. Well, at this stage of the tournament, your opponent is going to play some really good moves, so it's going to be no easy win for Hammer. And how's the time? Oh, Hammer is down on time by a minute. Now Hammer thinking, how can he make some progress?
Time is a factor. I mean, it seems like a lot of players, they use a lot of time early, and then they're just struggling to catch up because before you know it, you're down under 5 minutes, and
it's turned into a blitz game.
Yeah. That's like a totally different phase, right? For some people.
Now, can Hammer go knight takes d5? I'm just wondering about that tactic. With oh no, we see there's ideas of trading the rooks, winning the knight, but there's also this problem of the bishop on a5 and bishop on e1. So that looks like it just doesn't work. Well, wait a minute. If queen takes d5, queen takes d5, I think you have to recapture the queen, and
you lose the rook at c8.
And that would be fine for white. So the tactic would work here.
Bishop is here if you guys want to talk to him a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Berkeley, second year.
Oh, yeah.
While Jon Ludwig thinks about knight takes d5.
Bay Area breed.
Yes.
I am.
UC Berkeley student. I am. Keshav Viswanathan.
Yeah, so, Keshav, it's what year are you in Berkeley now?
I'm a second year now.
Second year in Berkeley, and that's great. What are you studying?
Electrical engineering and computer science.
Oh, fantastic! Of course, here in the Bay Area, that's super. And
yeah, definitely.
And how are you enjoying the tournament so far?
Yeah, it's been really fun. Yeah, it's my first tournament after a while, so it's been good to kind of get back into it. Yeah.
You've been studying so much, you haven't been playing as much
Pretty
chess.
much, yeah. Yeah.
And how are you doing so far?
In the tournament? I have 2.5.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Today's game was very quick, or this round was very quick.
Yeah, I made a mistake early on, and I had to just liquidate everything into a pawn down, like opposite color bishop endgame, and just like make a draw. Yeah.
Okay, well if you blunder and lose a pawn, that's pretty good if you can liquidate to a drawn ending.
Right. Yeah.
So when was the last tournament you played?
Let's see. I played the Amateur Team West last year, so 2018.
So that's quite some time.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Yeah.
Do you find that you're rusty?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I still like try to play on chess.com every once in a while, but like, yeah, I definitely haven't been like keeping in touch that much. Yeah.
But is this tournament inspiring you to start up again?
Maybe not during college, but definitely, yeah. I mean, this tournament reminded me how much I love chess, so like maybe at some point I'll get back into it. Yeah.
It's the fourth round already.
Yeah.
Paul, I think I'm going to let you take over, and I'm going to take a short break.
Okay. We can switch chairs because it'll be my name over on that side. Do you mind?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Now it says, now you're Nick Firmian, even though you're not.
Now you have to substitute for me.
Okay.
You want to? Okay, so we're going to just look at games.
All right.
Okay, let's transition. Okay, we're looking at. Let's see. I'm coming down the. Not used to these interfaces. Here's Sam Shankland.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, this is going to be a tough game in classic in any time control.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
this
very
is
sharp,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, these are two very world-class players.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to provide any, I'm Paul Whitehead, by the way.
Oh,
Kesov. Yeah. And if you want to provide any commentary and help me out, I'm sort of me and Nick are doing it.
Yeah. So.
Very unbalanced.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Both players are. Black's on the attack, though. You know.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of where Black's potential is in this position. I feel like somehow if White can trade all the pieces, like those two outside pass pawns will
that would
probably
be nice.
Superior.
Yeah. But that's a long way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, a long way, and Black has some serious tactical possibilities here.
Yeah.
All right, let's just keep going. Let's go. Vinay Bhatt versus Fabiano Caruana.
Oh, looks like some kind of bishop a3.
Where did that bishop come from?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's go back. Just let's say go back here, or if you want to see the whole game, we could and run through it quickly.
I think from here is good. Yeah.
Okay. So these structures can be difficult to play for both sides. I've found in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, my chess life. They can be very difficult to play, and so two bishops versus two knights. Black saying you cannot. I won't let you castle on the king side.
Right. I think usually White's idea in this line anyway is to castle on the queen side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it is, but back in the old days it was king side castling.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think usually people try to play for like from their earlier position they try to play for like f3 g4. And so they intend on castling queen side. But yeah, it looks like
Black took a pawn.
Bishop takes a3.
Black took a pawn, folks.
Yeah.
And against the world number 2, although there is that pawn on f5 hanging. So it was, but okay, bishop c3. Bishop c3 for your folks back home. Black can't play bishop c3 because of knight e7 check.
Right.
So if Black has to make a move here, White has sort of won the pawn back. Black would like to open the position up probably for the two bishops, and White would like to maintain a sort of positional grip on the, if the queens were off, I might like White, possibly.
Yeah.
Although it would be a long way from a win,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, let's see. We'll play a few more moves.
5, 8, 4.
And one thing I've noticed about is that Caruana is making his decisions about moves very quickly. He's playing much faster than his
he has a
opponents.
pretty significant time advantage.
Yeah, and throughout all of this, the decisions are just coming out like boom, 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 which shows me that he's in form and that confident.
Right.
So, the positions like against Chirilla, he was playing his second Chirilla, and the position he wasn't necessarily winning, but he was playing so much faster.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
putting so much pressure on.
Right. I think that's really the important thing in like these rapping games. It's like to like have a time advantage and just kind of keep the pressure up. Eventually, like something's gonna snap. Yeah.
Right. And especially Fabiano has had to really concentrate on that aspect of his game. I think also because of the World Championship match, and because a lot of games among the elite are now being played in these faster time formats and so on and so forth. So he's been paying a lot of attention to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. But Vinay, we gotta give Vinay
over now.
Okay,
thank you
great,
for
thank you, Kisab.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
So Vinay, we have to give you credit. You're hanging in there versus the world number 2. The Mechanics Institute. Vinay played here as a kid. I think. I think so.
Yes, I think he would probably be doing well enough.
Let's see. Come a little closer, Ezra, if you want. Ezra, how'd you do today?
How'd you do? Connor.
Okay, he's a very tough player.
I think it was an interesting position.
I'm not sure. Is your game on here?
It was on board 8, so.
Okay.
Board 8. Oh, good. You can.
Would you like to provide some colorful commentary?
Well, okay, yeah. Sure.
Okay. I'll let Nick move the pieces.
Tell you what, since this is a Benoni,
he's the greatest Benoni player.
Nick is a Benoni player, so
everyone has to shut their mouth.
This is Grandmaster Conrad Holt versus Ezra Chambers.
Okay, H3 variation and very solid line. A6,
the modern
A4.
line. Knight H5 is the main move instead of Rook E8.
Yes.
But here there's an idea. If Rook E1, Knight E5, Knight takes E5, Rook takes E5, Bishop F4, Knight H5. Exchange sacrifice.
Okay, that's possible.
But he played Bishop F4, second main move. I forgot what to do though.
Yes, and then you have some pressure here on these squares, so...
It's not supposed to be much though, I think this is okay.
But you sacrifice the D pawn.
But then Queen B6.
To win the pawn.
I see. Okay.
Oh, Bishop takes D6 would be answered by Queen B6. The bishop has to move somewhere, or pawn to E5, and then Queen B2 causes a lot of trouble. Yes, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Oops.
That's the end position.
End position. So we were at
move 12.
F4.
Move 12. Bishop F4, Knight H5, and
I don't know about Knight E5. This is Bishop E2 is a strong move.
Yes. Now you have a problem with this knight here.
Yeah.
So Knight E5 was probably a mistake.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what to do though. I thought it was okay, but if I go like Bishop H6 instead of Knight E5, he has some resources.
Yes. And now okay.
So I try to play quicker.
P1, but E5 is kind of a threat. And
I try to use the same trick.
Same trick? Well, you got it. You got somebody to E5. Could you have gone Bishop to E5?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I didn't consider that.
Bishop to E5 because normally you don't like to give up the Benoni bishop, but then you have the dark square control.
Yeah, I didn't even consider it.
Then I think you would have been fine. But now...
What about G5? Yeah, that's probably forced.
Okay. Well, this is a typical Benoni position, and he maneuvers, but your bishop covers F5. I think you ought to be fine. Yes, I think your position's okay here.
I should have traded darks for bishops, though. It would have been a lot better.
Yes.
Version.
This position would have been easier to play without dark square bishops.
No, I lost.
Oh, and you can't play knight to e5 because he trades on e5 and takes it.
That bishop on b5 is now not looking so great. What's it doing there? Yeah.
I played the right idea, but too late. Bishop e5.
Well, I don't know. Still, it's possible. You could also play rook to f8 and knight to e5. Oh, his knight is coming to e3.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Still takes. Well, what if you just recapture?
That's what I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, what is there a problem in this position? Not yet.
If I went king g7, then knight e3, and I can't take because knight f5.
Knight g4 is coming too.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
So knight e3, g4s.
And if bishop back to d7, knight c4. So, like after
White's
king
got
d7,
some
knight
tricks
e3.
protecting
Sorry,
his e-pawn.
if here
knight
e3
and you
threatening knight g4 and bishop d7, bishop knight c4.
So losing the queen is not very good.
I just didn't think it. I just dismissed it pretty quickly.
Yes, no, the pawns are all shattered after that.
And you're losing.
So you did bishop d7,
Instead
but that's
it's kind of wrong.
That
I thought f4 was also pretty close to winning there instead of rook b3, but I think this is also just really bad for Black.
and the knight coming to c4s. So you had to go. You took the pawn. If you go bishop to b5, then
and then knight g4.
Although, and you're going to lose.
g6 is
gonna fall.
Okay.
Just, kind of unfortunate placement of pieces here. You look like you're hanging in there for a while.
But then he just goes rook e1, takes rook e6. It's over.
And that's a Benoni gone wrong. You had to give up. Well, sometimes these positions you really have to think how to hold the.
They hang by a move.
Yeah.
So it looks like your opening was pretty good.
Well, my two Grandmaster scalps are in the Benoni.
Okay. Well, you live by the Benoni and die by the Benoni.
Yeah.
That's
spoken like a true Benoni.
And that's International Master Elliot Winslow behind us.
So let's go back to some of our main events. Oh my, Caruana has won.
Caruana won, folks.
Let's see.
I have a more.
We had left it off with
somewhere around
the
here.
exchange of the knight for the bishop on d6, and Caruana just
look at the time situation. Look at the time situation. You know what? Go back to bishop d6. Just go back right to bishop d6 and look at the time.
1977 or something.
Somewhere White lost a lot of time in this game.
At this point, Vinay had about
university that they'd taken over.
Oh, okay.
Parsons.
Although wait a minute, the time situation is not really right. Okay, I'm not sure what
there was about 3 minutes for Vinay, but
so now the
very calm moves. Queen b1 was a little odd. Bishop f5. Nice.
Nice move.
I don't know much about that.
Rook and then
direct attack, folks. Guys, can you keep it? I can't. It's. Just if you want to have a general conversation.
You can't hear yourself think, and there's a reason for that.
That's true. I'm not thinking. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Queen b5. That I don't know if that helps. Rook a5. Queen b4. Trying to trade into an endgame. Fabier avoids it. Is there rook to?
Threatening queen f8, maybe.
Threatening queen f8, a3. Now pawn takes a3, rook a4. Maybe you could take.
Probably some way in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rook to b5 and queen takes c2.
And rook b1.
Gets her first. Not to mention queen takes c3.
Queen takes c3 is going to be a killer. So b3 was played. Rook to b5 anyway.
Still looks pretty bad.
And then queen takes c3 is the end.
Okay.
Or rook a5. Queen a4.
So if queen a4, queen c3. All right, that's pretty. Yeah, queen c3 is coming up.
Queen C3.
Well, there was some tactics in there, and Vinay was not up to the challenge of avoiding this, with the time situation and so on. So Fabiano is cruised to a 4-0 without really too much problem.
Well, against Chirilla was quite a battle.
That's true, but the time advantage was as though he was up a couple of pawns.
Yeah, 1 minute is a pawn, right?
I mean, it was just too much for Johan to come back from. And
Let's see how the hammer is doing.
Okay.
Okay, now the hammer is a pawn up, and that H pawn is.
I'm going to look
The enemy of the
monster.
knight.
Yes, there's a D pawn and an H pawn. This should be winning. We'll have a quick review from the beginning.
All the way from the beginning. Okay, hammer, and this is versus
Dmitry Collars.
Dmitry Collars.
Another.
Trendy bishop B2 line.
And it. Oh, he didn't. He just brought his bishop out to h4, causing trouble on the king side while the bishop is stuck on a5.
Okay.
g5, bishop to g3. Trades off that bishop, but then white has some advantage. His pawn structure is just better.
Yeah.
h3.
Oh, H5.
Oh, that was kind of a little tricky little 1-2. 1-2. Sure.
Now the
Black is getting loosened up on the king side.
knight takes d5. Oh, he finds that shot. We looked at it a little earlier, but there we go. Knight takes d5.
And that one's a pawn.
Winning a pawn here.
Yeah. So, what happened after that?
So,
Black just loses a pawn.
yeah, because if rook
Right.
takes c2, it was knight takes f6. So trades, queen takes. Clear pawn for white. This should be a winning position. Oh, I'm sorry, he wins that on...
Right, but
queen takes h5. And no matter what...
Bishop e5 is coming.
It's going to be a pawn.
And that's like the extra move that he saw, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like...
Threatening mate on h5.
Because otherwise, Black would have been okay.
Yeah.
Right? It's always that extra...
Half move calculated.
That extra half calculated move. And now this is a simple win.
That was a famous saying. You think you calculated enough? Calculate half a move further.
I like it.
So what is the time here?
I mean, white just looks like this is a win for white somehow. It should be a win. But I could be wrong.
They are on increment. We're going to see 5 moves at a time.
All right, we're going to... we like that.
Now,
this is... Hammer and Kohler's on board too, and they both have 3 points. This is the only other 3-point game.
Setting up the opponent for Fabian the last round.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, it's the last
That's
round.
right.
Wow.
He's trying
Well
to hold
put.
on.
So far, the last.
Black's hanging on by a thread here.
So should
knight
be
is
winning,
dominated,
but
right?
can you win with 5 seconds on your clock? Yes, that knight's sort of trapped, but
Hammer goes over to the queen side and pitches the king side. Is what it looks like is happening.
it could be drawn with this time control.
Somehow giving up the knight for the pawn.
Oh well.
We're going to see another flurry of moves here.
White's giving up the bishop.
White's also held on to his f pawn, which is kind of, and somehow, which is good from White's point of view. Oh my gosh! Can Black get back? No.
Knight d6 and knight c8, right?
No, that's not. King takes e5, a7. And when the knight gets to c8, it's... Can't see how the knight can get back to stop the pawn.
So close.
So close. Everything is by half a move here. Amazing. It looks like it's Hammer versus...
oh, what a great finale.
A great finale. Hammer versus Caruana in the last round, unless something happens in the next flurry of moves. This looks like a well-played endgame, I think, by White, huh? Maybe?
It looks like Dmitry Collars is either lost on time or resigned, because we don't have any...
I could refresh the page and see what happens. Let's try that.
Oh, Siren lost us. I thought he had a good position.
We're refreshing the page for you folks back home, and it is
Hammer 1, yeah. It's
Hammer 1. So we have only 2 players with perfect 4-0 scores, and that's John Ludwig Hammer.
I think it says Hammer 1, right? But it says it's playing Teddy Coleman.
No, so you have the wrong name.
Yeah, I think
that was from an earlier round.
That was from an earlier round.
Yeah.
Let's see.
A lot of tabs.
Yeah, I don't know how to. No hammer and colors. It doesn't say what's happened here, but we have to assume that hammer won, and if it is, then it's the last. It's 2 players with perfect. What happened in hammer's colors? Hammer colors.
Okay, the chat is looking for
Hammer 1. Okay, so we have the final round 1 board is going to be Fabiano Caruana, white, I think, white against John Ludwig Hammer.
Yes, people
And-
are looking forward to this on the chat. They're
Wow,
saying, some are saying hammer time.
Nick and Paul, when Fabi takes Hammer out, you got to get him back to send the Norwegian news. What does that mean?
Who do you want to interview in the break?
Whoever.
John Ludwig?
Yeah, John Ludwig. He's going to play. He's going to play Fabiano.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll let you do the honors this time. How terrific is that? Yeah, we can get John Ludwig Hammer. Thanks to Judit. How's this going?
Great.
You got it?
Great.
Barely hanging there.
Other comments. This is well, you can't get better than that. 2 perfect scores into the last round.
Oh, really? It's only 2?
2 perfect scores. The number 1 rated player against the number 3 rated player. What happened to Sam Shankland? Let's go have a look.
It was worse than his last game.
They know that
Gort Meyer.
there's an opportunity lost that they're not here right now.
Do we see? Donchenko. That was a draw. No, that was an earlier round.
I think he was playing Gort Meyer.
Yes. Oh my.
Yeah.
It looks like Sam lost. He lost. So
Who do you lose to?
George Meyer.
Oh, okay.
Just Queen F2 and Knight G3 mates.
Yeah. Very decisive. Young movie. Okay, this is the chat is looking forward to the final round.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
A Norwegian against Fabiano. It's have we seen that before?
It sounds familiar. Yes.
So okay, maybe the same result. Or,
well, certainly I hope so. And I know that Magnus was much more successful against Fabiano with the black pieces than he was with the white pieces.
So you're happy to have the black pieces next round?
Well, I think I would prefer white, but I'll make the best of it.
Is Magnus watching?
I wouldn't think so. It's quite late in Norway.
6 o'clock in the morning in Oslo. So.
Yeah, he's a sporty guy, but I don't think he's 6 a.m. sporty.
Have you said you were staying in Walnut Creek here with Sam before?
Yeah, so I've been here. I arrived Tuesday last week, and I've been staying with Sam Shankland, the former now U.S. champion. We've looked at chess. We've gone for walks. We've had good food. So.
You've been enjoying yourself here.
Yeah, and apparently now I might enjoy myself even more if I get a good result in the last round.
Well, we're very excited to see this. Have you seen much of San Francisco this trip, or?
This trip, I haven't seen any of San Francisco, but this is not my first rodeo. I've been here plenty of times before. My family lived in Berkeley for a year, and so I feel like I covered most of my touristy bases.
Yeah, so you don't have to.
Well, I'm thinking tomorrow I want to go to this park by Golden Gate.
Golden Gate Park.
Well, Golden Gate Park is the other one, no? No, I get them confused.
Well, the Golden Gate is the big one, so I'm not sure which park you mean.
The one next to Golden Gate, but I think for some reason that park is not called the Golden Gate Park.
Maybe it's the Panhandle? Is it called the Panhandle?
I don't know, but I will find out before going there tomorrow.
Have fun.
I think the chat's guessing is Presidio.
The Presidio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chet. I think that's what you mean, the Presidio, which is great. It was the old army base from years ago, but now is a park.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's my plan for tomorrow. And in the past, I've been at a Giants game. I've been to Alcatraz. I've been to Fisherman's Wharf, Lombardy Street. I feel like I got my bases covered.
You're practically a local here.
Well, I mean, to some extent, the Bay Area is my second home. So,
wow.
So yeah.
Wow, we would love to call you a local.
Berkeley Chess School alum.
Yeah, how about that? Okay.
To some degree. Not that anyone heard of me when I was at the Berkeley Chess School. I wasn't really very good, but I improved.
Definitely.
Yes,
definitely.
Okay, I'm going to go to the next game.
Okay, good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Seems like it's frozen, right? See how this?
Shall we refresh? Shall we refresh anything here?
I think we're doing great. We're just waiting on. We're waiting on the pairings.
You want to sit down here and help with this?
You want to say some words, Sam?
There we go.
Okay.
Are we live streaming or what?
Yeah.
Caesar.
Have a seat, Sam.
Okay. Let's be quick. I don't want to delay the rounds.
No. Okay, Sam. How did you do in the last round?
I lost.
Okay. What a tournament, huh? What a it's a casual event. It's not that serious, but we're happy to have. This is the strongest tournament ever held in San Francisco, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I clearly wasn't ready for it, so I mean, I sort of, I'm staying at home, but so I was just training as normal, not preparing for Rapid at all. But it's nice to see good players coming to town.
Yeah, and you've played a lot of chess in this club, and we're really always so glad to see you here. John Donaldson is gone as the director, but you still have a relationship here. And showing up for this event we're really happy to have you here. I know that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. I wish I could do better defending my home turf from all the invaders, but it's always good to be back in my chess club. This is where I grew up. It's my home.
How fantastic is that? Yeah. So, what's your next event after this one? I mean,
this one's not super serious, of course. But,
but
I'll be playing a round robin in St. Louis in just over a month, and then I will be playing the Masters group in Beale. So those two should be good, and then after that the World Cup. So I've got a little bit of a break for now, but then a pretty busy schedule picking up, and and I'm just looking forward to that.
Do you know your pairing in the World Cup?
No, not yet. No. That's not going to be for a while.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's good to, I guess, get some practice in, although, again, I didn't take this tournament very seriously, which I guess is showing by, not scoring many points, but...
Are you going to play the last round? Yeah. Well, this is a fun event, I think, as well, and just incredible for the people, for the local club players. We're very much trying to make things appealing to the local club level, at the local club level.
Yeah.
And really a part of what these broadcasts are about.
Yeah, no, this is good, and that's part of the reason I came out here. I probably wouldn't have come. Like, I certainly would never have played this tournament if it was like in New York and I was in the area at the time.
Gotcha.
The reason I came was specifically because I wanted to represent my hometown, and inspire more people to come out to my home chess club.
We support you. Thank you for supporting us, and just that will hopefully continue to happen. Jean-Luc with Hammer said he was having a great time with you.
Yeah, I was glad to have him in town, and he only threw one of my pillows on the ground in the guest bedroom, but...
he says you're going to the Presidio tomorrow, or a park tomorrow? He was talking about going to a park.
He might be doing that, I'm not. He's not... he moved out of my place today, and he got to his hotel in San Francisco, so I live in Walnut Creek, which is a bit of, it's 30 minutes away, so...
right.
But, I mean, I think Hammer's been having a good time. I hope I've been a good host, and...
he was full of praise for you.
That's very unexpected, but I'm happy to hear it.
Any prediction for this? There are 2 players with 4 points out of 5, out of 4, and it's Fabiano is white versus the other Norwegian with black. And so, what do you think is? What do you have a? Are you gonna? Do you want to stick your neck out?
I don't do predictions, but I have faith in Jan Ludvig. He's my longest training partner for many, many years.
Wow. Okay.
He's got a challenge ahead of him, but we'll see if he's up to it.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Any parting words?
No, not really. Just that I'm sorry I'm having a bad tournament, but otherwise it's been great to be back in my home club, and I'm just glad to see that we're streaming and doing other things.
We're doing a lot of streams.
Membership.
In fact, if you come and give a lecture here, that will be automatically streamed.
Okay, well,
so we're having all the
we'll have
lectures.
to be in touch. I only ever corresponded with John in the past, so I guess I got to figure out who to talk to after that.
Abel Talamantez here.
We'll be in touch. But it looks like I get furious when prima donnas show up late to the rounds, and so I don't want to make everyone wait myself. But,
okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sam. Good luck.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Should we transition to here, or just leave it as it is?
Yeah. Let's put this up now. I'm gonna say that it may skip a lot because the
feed.
The feed. We're putting a lot of stuff on Wi-Fi right now, so we'll see.
All right. We have Aaron from the. We don't. Technical perfection is something that we'd like to aspire to, but if we're not there, that's fine. As long as we're a chess club that, we can be chess players. The lights can go out, and there'll still be 2 people in the club pushing pieces in the dark. So that's the kind of place this is. And
One Chess says I'm apparently on mushrooms right now. Which I love.
Who's on mushrooms?
I don't mean I love... No, he's saying I'm on mushrooms.
You're on mushrooms.
Because I'm smiling and being goofy. I'm not saying I like mushrooms, but that's just who I am.
People will say anything to us, I think, to get a rise out of it.
I mean, we are in San Francisco. If we actually want that...
Right, we could actually show it
Somebody
here.
in the chess club probably has them right now.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, Aaron, are you going to the Haight-Ashbury tomorrow?
Well, we can see up there at the top of the screen there that Ludwig Hammer and Fabiano Caruana are squaring off in their game. For all the marbles, we're down to what could only be described as a dream pairing and a dream finish here.
And it's good that you mentioned marbles because we actually don't have a trophy, so someone is winning a bag of marbles, actually.
So it's the picture is jumpy, and I guess we're not going to mind that. We're just
People can close their eyes and they can imagine their faces and their intensity.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully the DGD technology will catch up. We'll be fine with that.
Totally.
Do I click off of this?
Yeah. We'll get you back on chess.com.
Okay.
And the DGT is about to go, and then we'll get you games, and then we're going.
Okay. And so do I click here yet? Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. We'll let you know.
Oh, you'll let us know. Okay.
We're recording.
Okay.
Okay. Let me put in a command.
Caesar.
Wow. Well, Nick is back. Grandmaster Nick to Firmian.
Well, this is going to be great.
We have the one only really important game here left is the final game. The only two perfect scores. What happens if this game is a draw? Let me see.
Well, then it's possible to get a playoff.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure what the scores are. We'll have to get the standings up.
So the games are there. Go ahead and
Okay, games are there.
Okay, that means I'll do it here. I know how to do it. I'll try to do it. The problem is there a way to get rid of the old games on the list here? Because it's
You can click X's if you hover over, and each one should have a
Oh, okay. I won't bother. I'll just try to do it this way. Okay. That was Meyer Chirilla I just put up there, right?
It says Fabiano Caruana Hammer 1-0. So
oh no! What happened here? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm going to need some help, maybe.
Okay, we'll see.
All right.
Technical difficulty.
Technical.
Here. It seems Fabiano's already won before the game started, but we'll get that straightened out.
I'm going to try to exit off games that have already occurred, and that way that'll try to help me. But there's so many of them.
Meanwhile, we have a picture of Fabiano and Jan Ludwig.
Trying to get some of these old games off the thing here. Okay. Okay. Did I get this game, Eric? Okay, I need help. I think I might need some help here. It got kind of confusing, especially since it says Caruana has beaten Hammer. Yeah. Let's continue to X out games up here. That will help me a lot.
They have started. Can you get the game?
Yeah, I'm not sure because there's so many games, and I'm not sure if we're looking at.
Okay, first of all, you can do this.
I know, but there's so many.
They just populate.
And why does Caruana Hammer say Caruana's won the game already?
Those are the glitches. I need to fix them.
Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these games. That will help. Then I can see what I'm dealing with.
So you have this.
All right, but we don't have Caruana Hammer.
Yeah. Well.
Put that one back on. Okay. It says 1-0.
Yeah, I'll fix it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So what else, Mayor?
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah.
And then.
Sorry, that's on there. Colors, that's on there. Donchenko is on there. It's already on there. Eric Lee and Wolf. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still need 4 more, and we need see what's happening with Caruana. And all right, yeah. All right, we'll start with what we have. Okay, folks, let's go straight to Caruana and Hammer. Okay. Yeah, Nick, joined by Nick Firmian here. This is, go ahead,
We'll
Nick.
start from the beginning. So, Fabiano plays E4, and Jan Ludwig didn't play as Magnus did with his Sicilian. He plays double E pawn. We get a Ruy Lopez Berlin, and now Fabiano takes on C6. Both players, of course, know their openings extremely well. And okay,
It says white won, but I don't believe it.
we have 1-0 that's shown here.
That's okay.
Daniel, hi. Have a seat. We have been joined by Daniel Naroditsky.
Oh, how awesome is that? Would you like to sit down? Yeah, or you can be between us.
Yeah,
Hi,
sure.
Daniel.
We get all three in the commentary.
This is Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky. He's joined us for some of the commentary last round. Right now, we're just on. We have these games up. We're supposed to have 10 boards, but we have 6.
Anyway, we're going to focus on the big game, the championship game. Fabiano Caruana against Jon Ludwig Hammer.
Yeah. White is a complete clown. I've heard he hasn't won a single tournament in his life.
You've played both of these guys, Blitz and so on and so forth. In fact, I watched you just the other night beat Fabiano quite a bunch of games in a bullet match, or a 3 minute, or 1 minute or something.
Which on chess.com?
Yeah, it was like a Twitch match, some thing. He was the one that was. It was his broadcast.
Was he on a secret account? Because I don't remember playing him on his main, but I played him before for sure. Bullet, Blitz, and Hammer. I played a million times.
Okay, so how do you do against those guys?
I think I have a solid plus score against Jan Ludwig, mostly because I flag him. He outplays me and I flag him. That's my MO. Same thing. I think against Fabi in Bullet I have a plus score, and I think I've only played him in a couple of Blitz games. So
he's getting better, I hear.
Yeah, he's gaining more experience, and obviously when people say he's bad, that's just like in comparison to other super GMs. He's still like amazing,
right?
And
actually I think he's getting better. Like his results are getting better.
His results are getting better. I mean, yeah. You mean in Blitz and Rapid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's acquiring some speed,
and he has to do that, right?
Okay. Well, we'll take a quick look. Everything's positions close to even. Fabiano's looking to eventually make a break, something like F4. There's black has double pawns, but the bishop is on the opposite color of the pawn. So,
yeah, it's an interesting position.
Somebody asked you, Daniel, about Dr. Tancredi.
Yeah, that's a common question.
Okay, I don't know about that. Can you fill us in?
Yeah, I mean there's a longer short version. I'll give the very short version. About 3 years ago, I had a conversation with Danny Wrench, president of Chess.com, was in the building as well, and he allowed me to make, he allows some trusted users of Chess.com to make a second anonymous account. And I thought, well, I don't want to just make an account to play seriously. I have my main account, so I decided to make this account called Dr. Tancredi. Just based on a TV show character. It doesn't matter. It's just my quirks.
Yeah.
And the concept of the handle was that I would go absolutely crazy every game. I'd play like the most offbeat openings, attack every single game. And I was like, well, it's not going to work out. People are going to refute it. But it actually really, I beat Hikaru in a bullet match. Like, I got my rating up. And the style like kept working and working. And I kept having these tactics and combinations. And these rumors started swirling about who it is. They were like Reddit posts. And I was just sitting in like the student union in Stanford just smiling and reading all of that.
Right.
And eventually I revealed it. But since then, I mean, whenever I stream on my normal account, people like sometimes want me to play like Dr. Tancredi, like in that style.
Right.
The romantic element of it is has kind of dissipated, but it was really fun while it lasted.
Right. Wow. Right. Is Dr. Tancredi still play chess online?
Well, I actually forgot my password. No, now I play mostly on my main account. Yeah, that's something I don't say very often.
Okay.
Well, the resurrection of Dr. Tancredi when you remember your password.
Alive, exactly. Maybe.
So Fabiano's played F4.
You stay?
Let's.
I hate to take up
and Josiah is joining you guys.
Wow, we have so many people. Okay, how did you do in this tournament?
I only got 2.5.
That's an even score, and that's only 2.5. That's pretty good in this tournament, I think. I mean, like, yeah.
Right.
Okay, good. Did you knock off any strong major players?
I got defeated by Donchenko and Hess. So.
Okay, and you defeated some players yourself, I assume, as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too happy with my result, but it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to have a breakout tournament, this may not be the tournament to have a breakout tournament. Right? You know?
I wasn't expecting
what will it show in the long run? You know, but so it'll happen for you and all of us, hopefully. So, what do you think's going on here? In this game,
Black
it's
just
a
played
game.
queen to e5, so stopping rook takes f6.
Yeah.
See any plan for white to
I don't know,
put pressure on it?
White looks slightly better. The knight versus the bishop is probably
One thing we've been
advantage.
noticing, by the way, throughout Fabiano's games, is that he is playing far quicker than his opponents have so far. This is the first game where anybody has just kept up with him. Like he's been like really moving.
I mean,
fast.
Hammer's also 4-0, so.
Right, yeah. They're the
Hammer's
only
incredibly good. I think black has to try b5, c4. Otherwise, white's just going to slowly improve on the king side.
Right.
So I'm expecting b5 at some point. But
Right.
yeah, it seems like Fabi has the edge. Yeah, b5.
And that's what has
because
happened.
white to make progress, he had to do something, and now he's jumping in with
And
the
bishop
knight.
g4 is definitely going to be
It still looks
played.
really
yeah.
nasty. Queen g4, rook f5. Just it's very strong initiative.
Yeah. So after bishop takes g4, queen takes g4, what happens?
So white has pressure.
Yeah, rook f6 is a threat. So king h8, rook f5, queen c3, rook h5. Yeah, it looks really nasty.
Okay.
I don't mean to jinx him,
But it's nice to have an
5-0.
attacking stance in your game.
Yeah,
in
the
your
Dr.
position.
Zancredi would approve of this.
Yeah. Dr. Zancredi. Yeah, let's attack.
The last time the name will be mentioned.
It's easier to attack. How did you do, Arthur? Back here is Arthur Ismakov. How did you do?
50%, 2.5.
Congratulations! And I predicted all the players. So there was one player that maybe was going to be an outsider that would do well, and I picked you. So 2.5 in this field is very good.
Yeah.
And you took some good players down? No. Okay. Well. All right. We have all these disappointed people who scored an even score with 14 Grandmasters.
100%. So it's 0-0.
Yeah, we did miss you.
I don't know if it's 0%.
No, that's
yeah,
undefined,
I was
right? 0-0 undefined.
I was initially probably undefined. I can't divide by 0. But
a lot of people have wondered where was Daniel.
I mean, there's a simple
Let's
explanation.
refresh this. See what the times are.
That might not refresh. You have to refresh all the way up here to do the to get the time.
Because Jan Ludwig is thinking, and maybe queen g5 is possible. But
and then maybe we can take a quick look at some of the other games. This too will pass, I think.
But
there we go. So, we're definitely having a glitch. Oh no. Okay.
Bishop takes g4, queen takes g4. It's an attack.
White's in an attacking sort of mode here. Okay.
Queen f6 is queen g5 is also a move, but then rook takes f6 looks interesting. Bishop takes g4, rook f6 f5.
Wow. And there's that unprotected queen.
I saw rook takes f6. I didn't see rook 6 f5 though.
Nice.
I mean, I'm just stumbling around.
No, but that's what we're here. You know, we're not using computer analysis, and we're really. I mean, we have a grandmaster throughout the whole program, and now we have you as well. So that's the kind of thing I think the club players,
FIDE master and a grandmaster.
the club players want to hear that. You know that our mistakes and so on and so forth. I think that's a good way to be.
So what do you think Hammer's going to play?
I think he's good. He has to take.
Yeah, he has to take.
I don't know why he's spending this long. But then queen takes g4. It's like very hard to find a move. He was falling apart.
Is rook f5 and rook h5
right,
very
it's like king
strong?
h8, rook f5. Yeah, exactly.
And then rook h5, and then you have 30 queen g6 or
exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. Yeah, queen c3, rook h5, queen c. Yeah, well,
he did take, but he's in trouble, and he spent 3.5 minutes on this move.
It might even be worth playing queen takes g4, queen g5 here. Queen g5 takes rook f5, c4, and trying to liquidate.
I got very good. Sort of bailing out into a bad endgame and hoping for a draw and a playoff. Or
yeah, but Fabi can play queen f3 also after queen g5. So yeah, it's very bad.
Queen g5 is probably a lost ending. I doubt he'd choose that.
I don't know. That's interesting though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The end game looks actually maybe
Yeah.
some chances, but Queen F3 also. Yeah, but both options are.
Maybe he thinks Magnus is playing, and Magnus wouldn't want him to play such a cowardly continuation.
Exactly. Yeah, in the back of his head.
Well, black needs a move. Can you get one for us? Queen E6 maybe?
H. No.
Queen E6 is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then rook F5. You go.
Mm-hmm.
But then pawn to C4.
Right, pawn
G3
C4.
maybe first, yeah.
Oh,
But then queen back to E5.
That's
You
true.
guys start dancing.
Yeah, black needs a couple good moves just to get in the game.
Well,
And-
after Queen E6, I can maybe play Queen
And is
H5.
falling behind as again.
honest.
Fabiano is impressing because he's playing quickly.
Yeah.
Like, really quickly.
Yeah,
And
but
he's-
Jan Ludwig had to think at this point. Knight G4 caught him by surprise, and he had to choose one of bad choices.
yeah.
I feel like bishop takes G4 should have been automatic.
Mm-hmm. He spent.
Well, it's unpleasant though. It's
Yeah.
What are the other pairings? I mean, the standings. Who's in contention here?
okay. Let's see on
That's not.
this.
We actually don't have it right there, but
Well, it has the points on it, so you can see.
well, this is the points from the previous round without the results, so it might take a little figuring out. But
Let's see who.
Meyer and Drill also are.
it looked like. Yeah, Sam lost
Like
to
C4.
George. So Meyer and how did Zirk do last round?
So I guess if he takes.
Izoria.
BC, rook F6, CD, rook D, rook takes D.
So he plays C4 right away. Oh, so F6 is he can jettison that.
Looks really scary.
Yes, it's frightening. Frightening.
Rook F6.
Is it that bad though?
Maybe there's nothing. Yeah, rook F6.
Well,
Because the queen on E5 guards G7. So.
very brave of the Norwegian hammer. So we're wondering. We can move the pieces.
Yeah, move the
here.
pieces around.
Rook takes F6, or maybe it was BC first. I don't know. And what would you play? Just take.
Most likely capture D3 and
Rook takes.
Take and just take. And there's no.
Maybe rook F5.
Maybe rook F5 before taking.
Well, I thought maybe here, but
Because you can't take.
you can't take on E4. Yeah. Like rook F6 to F5.
Rook F6 to
Yeah,
F5. And then maybe Queen E7.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go back to E5.
You can even take on B5 there if you want to be a jerk and just say I'm up a pawn. But
that's a good thing
you
to
can't
say.
take on E4. It's still, yeah.
That's a good thing to say. So maybe Queen Queen E7, Rook takes B5.
Looks like there was some moves that were playing.
Okay, let's.
Yeah,
see.
let's go back. Just go to after C4. Rook F6 was played.
So this has been played?
So
Yeah.
rook
Yeah.
F6 was played. C takes D3. C takes D3.
So this has all been played.
Okay, and
See how good we are, folks, back home? We're just like, we don't need a computer. We've got two Grandmasters here to...
so you had to take
Everything is just a... Yeah.
Well, this has drawing chances at least. Even if you lose a pawn, there's two isolated pawns.
Is Queen E7 forced here? Or Queen D6 maybe, or Queen D4.
I think after Queen E7 he will not take on
The
D5.
problem with Queen D4 would be Rook to F8.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah,
Very nice.
yeah. Okay, so don't do this at home, folks.
What would you play after Queen E7 though?
Queen
I thought
E7
maybe,
forced.
maybe
Well, we're
maybe
gonna find
E5.
out. Very good.
Maybe E5.
And you're E6.
E6 is my idea.
You wouldn't just be greedy and take a pawn.
But yeah, maybe I would, but it's hard to say. E5 also looks very tempting.
So, Dr. what was this?
Tancredi would play E5.
Yeah, Tancredi plays E5.
Good for white, yeah?
E5.
The problem is Rook B5, Rook D4, White Black, and try to reclaim the pawn.
Okay.
So can't you can take a lot of wind out of Black's sails by playing Rook takes B5 in a way, right?
Definitely.
Saying you're not going to take first place.
Oh yeah. White has no risk.
Black, no risk.
E5 is very aggressive attacking move.
We're getting a fantastic final game here, folks.
Yes.
I don't care what
Nakafan also suggests, can't you just push the E pawn?
Okay.
Probably Nakamura would have done that without even thinking.
Yeah, Nakamura would calculate everything in 2 seconds, and he would.
It
He
happened.
played E5.
Okay, more
Well,
aggressive.
I'm actually the secret
Tancredi-
channel of Kufabi.
Tancredi wins out here. So is White also maybe planning to play Rook F7 at the right? Well,
Even now,
he could.
it's a threat. It's a threat. Well, actually, Queen
Queen
takes E5.
Queen E5. That the square E5 remains, I guess. So what is it? Well, E6 is the threat.
Then, yeah.
So what happens on, say, Rook to E3? So Rook F7, you have Queen takes E5.
Queen F4 now, I think. And if takes, then takes Queen F7, Queen F8. If otherwise, Rook F7.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's very good.
Very nice. And black has no time for H6.
But if I take.
Oh, the rook is hanging.
Oh, the rook is hanging.
Rook takes B3.
Oh, Rook F7.
And then like Queen C5.
Rook takes G7.
Is that?
King takes G7, Queen F6, King G8, Queen F7. Take E8, check.
And also B3 is hanging as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is way too risky. That's
Okay, you can. This is actually okay. So we're at E5,
and he needs a move, and he's only got 4.5 minutes.
Maybe
and Magnus is watching.
Maybe H6. Maybe H6.
Magnus, are you out there? Will you respond if you're watching?
We know it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Wow, somebody says the game is over. Oh well.
I'd guess H6 to prepare Queen takes C6 against.
Can we see? Well, no. There you can see the picture. Jan Ludwig doesn't look happy. That's.
But yeah, H6 is that.
This is if Fabiana wins this game in the way that it looks like it's sort of happening.
Well,
it's a
H6,
very
Queen G6.
impressive romp through this field, like without really sweat. You know, that's.
Yes, as we say, H6, Queen G6. You've got all the squares there, so that's not good. We need a move.
And Hammer's low on time.
You can go back to D8, but that doesn't help. Just still go E6.
It just has this kind of horrible inevitability to it, right? It's just
He did it, but
he played H6.
But
Queen
we
G6 very strong. Queen
Wow.
G6, Queen F6, Rook F8. Yeah, goodbye. Queen G6, Rook D7.
You know,
but then
folks, chess looks simple sometimes. You know, like sometimes. Yeah. Well, it comes down to these little small decisions, like E5 or Rook takes B5, right? Sometimes it does, I think, that are not obvious, and that.
I guess on Queen G6 I could put like King E8. I don't know.
Rook F7. Rook E3 I cannot quite refute yet. Queen G6, Rook E3.
Really?
Really? Okay, let's see. Now that
we
looks
can
like
we can put it on the board.
That
yeah,
one
Queen
looks
G6,
kind of.
Rook E3.
This looks.
How exactly do I finish move?
If E6, Rook E6, right? So that's the main
Rook
thing.
F7, Queen E5. Yeah.
Well, you're not threatening take E5 because Rook F7, so I mean, I guess we just leave it there and put like
True.
B4.
That's very interesting.
What if Rook F7? What if Rook F7, Queen E5, Rook C7 with the idea of
Queen takes Rook.
oh yeah,
My cell phone's in that drawer. My cell phone is in that drawer.
Oh, sorry.
How'd you do, Sam?
Oh, fine.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sam Shankland back there informing us that he's won his game.
Well, this one would not be so easy. So we.
No.
It's black, not just upon him.
Yes. So, do you see a way to put him away, Sam?
He played Queen G6.
He did. Okay. So, and then Daniel.
And he played Rook E3.
Okay.
So far we're just amazing. We're getting. Does White have a win? B4. Sitzwong.
Take C5, you have a brilliant move.
Right.
Like I said.
It's a brilliant move.
Yeah, it's put.
Yeah. So.
Those brilliant moves.
So what happens?
Rook E3.
We're saying maybe Black's in Sitzwong, and White just needs to play something like B4.
Has this been played in the game?
Yes. What would happen? What would happen? What would happen if B4?
Keep your voices down, I might hear you.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, we're that loud.
C6.
Hard to move. Rook E2.
C6, you can play with 1 F4 maybe.
He played b4. Oh, he didn't play b4.
No, let's see. I'm
what-
sure, you know.
I can play king h8 here with the idea to play rook takes c5
He
next.
played then rook f7.
Let's see what's happened.
Yeah.
he did.
He did play b4. Okay.
Nice move, Josiah. Yeah.
And that's very practical too, because Jan Ludwig has to think, and he's way down on time.
Well, c6.
Let's c6 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, queen c6, rook e5, I suppose.
On hammer time.
It's just hard.
Something's been played.
Okay, let's see. There has a move been played. Rook e2. Okay.
Same concept. The rook is a bit loose here.
So no more loose on e2 than e3.
No.
He played it quickly. That's very impressive. It's easy to be so nervous.
Rook h5 might have worked actually.
One takes rook h5 now.
No, rook h5 now you can play king h8 and the rook is not hanging on e3.
And then rook f7.
God, it looks so horrible.
And queen rook h6. Yeah. But the rook h5, queen e6.
And then if nothing else, no, but yeah, then you can.
This is what we're looking at here, folks.
This is analysis, folks. This is not
and now
the real
rook f6,
game.
and now rook f6.
Rook f6, rook e1. Oh no, king h2. Yeah, maybe.
Rook e1, king h2.
Queen e7.
Amazing kind of position. Kind of amazing.
No, rook e1. If white gets rook e1 at any moment, white no longer has a free attack.
But
yeah,
white can play just position at rook e1, king h2, queen e7, rook hf5.
Yeah, rook hf5.
Okay, still very dangerous.
This is analysis.
Let's see if anything's happened. Still nothing's happened. And
we're just ignoring all. Zoria won
Can
on.
I play the rook a1, f4?
Yeah, we were thinking about this as well.
Rook h5.
Rook h5 was played. Well, that does threaten rook takes h6 and queen h7.
Rook f8, yeah.
Rook f8 is good.
So what happens on rook f8? This is analysis, folks.
I think black is fine here, actually.
That might break the attack.
Something's been played.
Okay, something's been played. We shall see.
Very nice. Oh, queen e6.
He played queen e6.
Rook f8 may have been stronger.
Let's see. He played queen e6.
Yeah.
And now, what would happen on rook on?
Rook f6, rook e1 check.
King h2, rook, queen e7, rook hf5. It's like resigns, I think.
If rook f6.
No, it's just over there.
Where's the trick, folks?
Yeah, I think this is it.
Queen d7.
Oh, poor him.
This isn't the latest. I don't have it.
Rook takes h5, and that's check.
No, I don't have
I
it.
think you just don't. It's mine. It's mine.
Oh, this
Yes,
is
that's okay. Let's see the game.
You want? Oh.
And rook f6 played.
Rook f6 played.
And then missed rook f8. What a shame.
Rook f8 may have gotten him out of trouble. That's our U.S. champion.
Queen e7.
Rook takes h6. What do you do on rook?
Then he can play. Then he can play rook e1.
Okay.
Rook hf5. Oh, actually, rook hf5, rook takes e5.
Rook f7.
And rook e1 check and queen e6 check. Tricky. It's still kicking. Hammers are a resourceful fellow.
Well, all right. Still alive. Still alive. But so our readers, if rook takes h6,
Black wins, I think.
check, and you would take with check. So that can't be played. So if double,
Then rook takes e5.
rook takes e5 by Sam Shankland,
Rook f7, rook e1 check, and you have queen d6.
and you again escape by checking, and black is fine.
And if rook f4 here.
Take the.
Oh, right, the queen. Yeah, queen.
So, quite a move. Jan Ludwig is still in the game, and he's down by a minute and a half. This game is getting so exciting. You have two great players here.
It looked like white was getting through on brute force, and now.
Come on, this is young Ludwig you're talking about. It doesn't just go down.
Okay, I hope you're hearing sound. It's,
Yeah.
White goes back with rook f5 and now queen e6.
So they can repeat the position, but
Oh wow.
queen g3.
White could be asking for trouble here.
So rook f6 now is the idea, I guess.
Now, can you play king to h7, get out of all these?
Yes, that's a totally good move.
And queen d3.
Yeah, queen d3.
Whoa.
Rook e1, rook f1, queen g6.
Yeah, queen.
But then takes, rook h6, rook e1, king f. I don't know.
That's not worse though.
That's okay. We are looking at this line: king to h7, queen to d3, rook to e1, rook checks.
Sorry, instead of rook e1, was there a problem with queen c4?
Probably, but this is also looks like maybe a drawn ending, or
No, there's an abundance of lines.
okay. But
Yeah.
lots of lines.
Well, queen g3 is kind of logical. It stops all that nonsense on the
Queen c4,
dark
rook h6.
squares.
And Sam is also saying here, so that
No, not
Yeah,
that.
rook
Okay,
Queen h7.
Yeah,
king
yeah.
Check.
Seven first.
After queen d3, king h7, queen d3, queen
It can't be
c4.
too loud.
How'd you finish in the tournament, Andy?
3 out of 5.
I'm really glad you played. Yeah.
Some days we play.
Super glad.
the problem is okay. King h7 was played.
Fantastic. No, really, very good. I don't care who you play.
But rook
I only
g7.
hung one piece.
Yep, queen d3.
Oh shit.
Is this the game now?
Oh damn it! Why didn't I play rook e7?
Okay.
Was so safe.
Well, it's hard. 1 minute.
What's
so
happening?
Rook g7 check and queen d3 check.
And then black is gonna suffer. And probably is.
Looks like Fabi wins a pawn.
That's a very important point.
Yeah, the black king's exposed, right? For forever.
He did it. He did it. Check. Probably has to go queen g6.
And then he's definitely going to suffer after
I
that.
don't think he will. I think it'll be over pretty quickly.
Well, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's harder to
see
deal
in
with
30
the
seconds,
pawn
huh?
too. Yeah.
No, you're not saving this one.
Yep.
This position will not be saved.
Are both of these guys on 4 right now?
And did Meyer win?
Yeah, they're the only two players on
Okay.
4.
No, Meyer has 4.
Yeah, we should check his.
No, he had 3.5.
No, he did not.
Okay, so
It
he's
says here that he had
He
3.5.
drew Zierk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was white against Chirilla, and that game is still going on.
Look
Queen
at
D,
this.
Queen d3
I-
check. King g7, queen g3, king h7.
I love that he grabbed the pawn quickly. You're low on time. Just be brave. Grab it. Pray.
Right.
Simple. Maybe white has a forced win, but if you're not saving this position if you don't take that pawn. So.
Yes.
Queen c2.
Yeah, queen c2 might be uncomfortable.
And then
What do you
King
play?
g7.
Queen c7?
I'm
Yeah.
g7.
Yeah, okay.
That's
And when queen d3?
king g7.
After rook e7, Sam, can I... Oh, maybe I don't have queen c6 because you have some per patterns.
and if queen e3, rook e6, is that right? But then you check on d3.
There's a lot of good moves for white, but which one?
Right.
And he's down to 1 minute 13 seconds.
It was calculating the forced win, right?
Sure.
Is that what he's doing?
Whether it exists or not. I'm sure it does. It's just a question.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Queen, maybe queen c2 and queen c1.
So queen c2, king g7.
Queen c1. Rook e6.
Yeah, we can take on c7. It's gonna be
Right.
horrible to defend, but
45 seconds for
Fabiano,
Fabi.
yeah, this is coming down to the wire, folks.
folks.
Look
Could
at
you just play
time.
like queen f2 in this position?
What a great battle.
after queen e7.
Well,
Okay, a
We'll never know.
flurry of moves were played.
White will take on.
Queen D3.
Queen d3 check was played, king g7, rook f5,
Queen e7.
and then queen e7.
Could not have played rook f8 to challenge the rook?
Could he have played rook f8? Whoa. Look, can you turn that? What's the problem? Oh, look at the railing down at the bottom.
There we go.
We have a problem here at the bottom.
Okay, let's see what's happening. Okay, then Fabi takes the pawn, 10 seconds left. Queen f7.
Increment time, folks.
So it's lost, but there's very little time for both players.
Queen c6 is coming in. Queen c6 is a threat here.
Oh.
To trade
do we get
queens or
an
not?
Keeps the queens
Trying to
on.
win with a direct, in a sort of a direct manner here, huh?
One Ludwig is putting up quite a defense.
This should now hold, I think.
6 wow.
It's hard to hold with a few seconds left.
Wow.
Pawn to c5.
I think this means both players are on increment here. Right.
Yes.
No.
Working 7.
Okay, he has not lost in time.
No. Right.
No.
Oh, okay. It's a good square for the king on h6.
Somebody's asking where to see who's leading. Both these players are leading. Both the players are leading.
Yeah, the winner is the winner.
The winner
of
is the
this
winner
game.
of the tournament.
But George Meyer won. He has 4.5 points. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's waiting in the wings for this to be a draw.
So there could be a playoff. But look, few seconds left. What a battle.
Yeah, this is really coming down to the wire here. Just to you folks who are tuning in, that was Grandmasters Sam Shankland, who's just leaving the room, joined here by Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky and Mark Pinto, FIDE Master Mark Pinto. We're watching the final throws of this game here of Caruana and Hammer.
Oh, queen e6, maybe queen g5 can win the game. It's seconds left, very tough.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Queen g6.
Uh-oh.
King h8, queen h6, and g or g6.
G7
takes 6, queen h5.
Well,
is there a win here?
Look at this. Wow.
So he's screwing.
How brave running with that king.
Hammer might win, queen e1.
Yeah,
My
look
God.
what's gone out
Now the game
here.
is about equal. Suddenly there's no
I think
check.
Fabi lost on time.
Oh my.
You think Fabiano lost on time?
What can we see? There. We're looking. Oh. Jan Ludwig won.
Amazing defensive effort.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Are we sure he won?
So let's get the.
We're not sure. We don't want to call the result yet.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Hammer won. Can somebody confirm?
Andy, could you ask who won the game for our broadcast?
We're trying to find out who. We're trying to find. I'm refreshing the page.
It won't show a result because we would have to.
Apparently, it's
They
a draw.
drew.
Folks.
What a
So is it time for?
It's a playoff with maybe it's going to be only the top 2 players, so it'll probably be Caruana versus.
Well,
Hammer.
it's the computer does the tiebreaker, the Buchholz system.
Okay.
So it's
All
a
right.
bit random.
Okay.
Wow, what a battle and incredible.
That game was a draw. Amazing. And now there's going to be a playoff, and the players involved are Caruana, Hammer, and Meyer.
All right, we'll observe the action.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. We don't know who's playing this final match. It's only it's 2 players. Only. There's only going to be a playoff between 2 players.
What are some
How'd
of
you
the
finish in
comments?
tournament?
Brilliant defense by Hammer. Yes.
Okay.
I'm better in any other games, but it's
Yes,
just
the
couldn't get
method
over
of
it.
updating the board by several moves is bad. Yes, that's true.
What happened?
We will get this better. This is
Yeah.
our first broadcast. Apologies for.
It's because our DGT signal is not quick enough once they're living off increment.
It's because our DGT signal isn't quick enough once they're living off increment. But,
All right.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, we're just
Did you say hi to people?
No, I
Yeah.
got here.
All right, yeah, you got a lot
the
of friends
commissioner
here.
has arrived.
Take over.
Greg Shahade, the
I got some bad news. Oh, sorry, you're introducing me.
Yeah, because we're not putting your name. The Pro Chess League guy, mastermind. What's the bad news?
Bad news. I played Robert Hess last round,
and
I thought I was crushing him,
and
I lost.
And you lost. So what?
Not only that, I thought I was crushing him, number one, and after the game, he thought he was better the whole time. And then at one point, I thought he was just going for a perpetual check. So I was like, I thought for like 5 minutes, I was like, should I give him this draw? And I was like, okay, whatever. And then he doesn't take it. He tries to beat me.
The nerve.
Who does he think he is?
The nerve. And then what actually happened?
Then I lost.
Okay. What was your final score?
3 out of 5.
That's a very good score in this tournament, I think. Oh, well, I don't know. 14.
Has exacting standards.
Terrible.
14 Grandmasters.
Especially like rapid and speed chess, Greg has even higher standards.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
and
you
I lost
are
to Hammer, which is like I should almost retire.
How could you lose?
Embarrassing.
Norway's number 2. Yeah.
No, but he's much weaker.
Right. Well,
he was gonna win.
Yeah, he missed Queen E1 and like.
Well, Fabian was sitting there thinking, 2 seconds on his clock, and then he's like, draw, and he would have flagged. I think that move he would have flagged. Because it's like, if he doesn't make the right move, it's checkmate.
Queen C4.
Yeah, how's he going to find it in 1 second?
He mentioned it.
Yeah, but after like a minute, the game's over, and like he's...
Folks, there's going to be a playoff.
No, there's not. They're not playing off. They just all agreed to split it.
The 3 of them?
Yeah, no playoff.
No playoff?
I'm sorry, folks.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they just agreed. Because, they have like a big weekend.
Wow.
Chess League and everything.
I'm gonna confirm that. So, okay, wow.
Fabi drew. 3-way tie, Fabiano, Hammer, and Georg Meyer. 3 Pro Chess League superstars.
3 Pro Chess League superstars, and that's the end of the tournament.
I think it is.
What an amazing!
Was it fun? I didn't get to watch any of it because I was playing and stuff.
I think this was an incredible event. I got to talk to Fabiano here. It was really
he came
neat.
in.
Yeah, he came in and gave some advice to old players on how to maintain. He was saying,
what does he know about old players?
That was, I was thinking the exact same thing. But he said, well, there's Korchnoi and Smyslov and all these guys playing in their 50s and 50s and 60s and 70s, and so and it was clear that Fabiano thought that he was going to be one of those guys that competing at the very highest level into his twilight years.
3 winners, folks.
3 winners.
Well, you know how we're going to break the tie? Yell your winner in Twitch chat. Whoever gets the most votes is the winner of the tournament. Fabiano, Georg Meyer. One name: Fabiano, Georg, or Hammer. Go. Hammer is crushing. Oh my god.
So
my god.
Is this what you do? You egg on your Twitch followers?
Hold on. It looks good for Hammer.
Well, it won't be far into the future until this is how FIDE settles.
This is
the World Championship match.
All I know is I'm looking at some strange world that I didn't even know existed before
somebody
you
give me a
sat
vote.
down.
Somebody give me a vote.
Oh, we think Greg Shahade should win the tournament?
Yeah. Come on.
Be careful. The microphones are.
Don't do it.
There we go. Sundance Kid is the man. Cho Pin. Way to go.
Amazing.
Who won? Who won the tiebreak? What do you guys
think?
think?
That's a good point. I'm gonna find out. Please stay here.
No, I meant the real tiebreak. The Twitch chat.
Oh, I don't know.
It looked like mostly like a lot of hammers.
A lot of hammer.
Fabiano second and Georg third.
Oh,
maybe that's why Hammer took the draw. He knew he'd win.
Was there a contest about that?
Yeah. It just happened.
I didn't know. And you made that happen?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like I run the Pro Chess League, and this is kind of like a.
But what about me? Why can't I win something?
What should we give Paul?
I sat here for 3 hours and watched some great chess. Actually, I watched some good chess.
We need to get you a fidget spinner, Greg.
Yeah. I mean, I like to play with the. I like to play with like the pawns while I'm playing.
I want to know. Is there a way to know who finished first on tiebreak?
I love you all. Tune in this weekend, Pro Chess League final. It's going to be amazing.
Don't know.
Who's going to win the Pro Chess League finals?
That is a very good question.
Tell us now in chat. St. Louis, Chengdu, Armenia, or
Sally
Baden-Baden?
Nim says,
Ooh.
well, we're getting some nice. Paul did a great job tonight.
No archbishops.
I won best commentator in the world.
Whoa, boom.
Hey.
That's like much better than tying for first.
Well, you know what? We're trying to do something a little different here today. I've watched some of the commentary of guys sitting alone in their bedrooms and playing blitz chess with other players, and you've got it doesn't have a wide appeal. I think
it doesn't.
Well, it has a wide appeal to chess players. But we're maybe trying to reach into not classing it up, but there's people who want to get into chess and maybe don't know anything about chess, and we're opening the doors of the chess club. Here you can look. Yeah. There's the chess club. Come down. You can join that.
Mechanics Institute Best Chess Club. One of the best chess clubs in the country. No, in the world.
Thank you, Greg.
Marshall Chess Club.
You're invited
Mechanics
back.
Chess Club, and then the St. Louis one.
Yeah.
Those are the three star. I shouldn't say too much because I know there's other people are going to be mad at me.
No, it's great to hear that. Thank you very much. We want to be one of the best.
Yeah.
And invite.
Well, you got the West
everybody.
Coast. We got the middle of the country, and then we got the East Coast.
Yeah. So we're all staking out territory, right?
I mean, I played so many tournaments here as a kid. I got an IM here.
By the way, we do have adult classes. There's a Thursday night class that I teach. Is going to be a Wednesday.
Added it right away.
Yeah, there's going to be a Wednesday class, a beginner class taught by Nick. We have classes here, and I don't even know what's going to be happening week to week. It's always something new now. So it's pretty exciting here at the Mechanics Institute.
That's awesome.
Club. It's amazing. Amazing things are happening. And this was a great partnership between the Pro Chess League and the Mechanics Institute and Chess.com. Totally. It was amazing.
I mean, to see that many strong players.
Yeah, and Twitch. Just amazing. All
Has
this
anything
stuff.
like that ever happened?
Maybe it's just.
This is the strongest chess tournament ever held at the Mechanics Institute, and I think the strongest chess tournament ever held in San Francisco.
2-3, Queen 1,
wow.
King.
So
I mean, there've been some good ones. You had Mikhail Tal playing here in the past.
Yeah, I mean,
Robin
there were some events in the '90s,
but never like number 2 in the world and like a U.S. champion and stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Tal was the world champion.
But not when he played. When he played here.
Not when he played here. That's true.
But he was.
Simul tomorrow is 1 p.m. right?
To me, Tal will.
All right. I'll see y'all.
Thank you, Greg.
I don't know if I want to go down
Thanks
there.
for
I want to go somewhere
you do
where
the
I
whole
can
commentary show.
Nick and I.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Crushing it. Have you done that before?
Yeah, I've been doing it every round for the Tuesday night tournament, and we're archiving those on YouTube.
That's awesome.
So you can, and we've made some short clips, funny clips too. Like inviting Carlson down to the club, and
when's he playing?
When's Carlson playing here? We've invited him down. We haven't heard yet from him.
Okay.
But,
probably flight delay.
Flight delay.
See you later.
Thanks. Thanks.
Wait, will I see you this weekend?
You may. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Should we? Time to say goodnight. Let's wrap it up. Do we have an end screen or anything?
Say goodbye to everybody.
What's the official finish, Paul?
Well, what the official finish is a 3-way tie. I'm not sure of the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker, I never got the word as to who won.
Any way we can get Abel to tell us what the result is?
What I heard is that the players just agreed that there was a 3-way tie. We are going to answer who came in first before we sign out. I promise you that. So that's what we're waiting for, is who won the tie, who won on tiebreak. We are getting some really nice feedback from everybody. Thank you. Yes, there is a simul tomorrow. I don't know if we're streaming it. Are we streaming the simul? We are streaming the simul.
It's just a three-way tie. That was enough chess. The spectators were exhausted.
Okay, it's a three-way tie. No tiebreakers. Sorry, folks. If you're looking for the players are amenable, agreeable, in the spirit of San Francisco, in the spirit of this club, they just decided to split it three ways, and we're not going any further than that. Hey, good night from San Francisco, folks. We are back tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, live streaming the simul with Eric Hansen and more commentary. I don't know who's going to show up for that. I have a feeling I'm going to get roped into that too. So, because I'm working, So, we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Thank you. Good night.